Which science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What is your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck off and die.
I don't know what you're doing.
For
I was getting wigged out that there's a chair behind me, but it it feels like I'm sitting in like a mini chair. I'm like, no, that's just a separate chair.
Yeah, there is some like that forced perspective.
Yeah.
It does look like
I'm like a giant in this tiny chair. Anyway.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I was kind of expecting there to be the woman of the house in that chair, and she's elderly, and you're all like, "Oh, it was me the whole time."
Oh yes, okay, yeah, the woman of the house.
Yes. Oh yes.
I was like, "Is that a fucking segue, bro? Are you segueing into something right now?"
Yeah, that was my.
What
yeah,
are you
dude,
talking
that's
about?
a subtle segue.
And then
We can't be any more
thin.
fat over here, bud. We
no.
can't be any more fat. We got to trim it down.
I said no fat, but I'm bursting at the fucking seams with fat. Look, I'm fat as shit.
I know,
we both
dude.
Are.
You're whatever you're taking that like peptide 1 or whatever it's called. That's your Ozempic's not making you thin, buddy.
Yeah,
it's the opposite.
I wish it was Ozempic.
I got the Olive Reed body, dude. Oliver Reed.
I
body.
wish I had an all. Well, I do, but he's like,
yeah.
I don't know, something about it.
Well, 'cause
stouty.
he's like 6'8" with
That's what it is.
you know. And, yeah, like 250,
jealous.
6'8".
This is the fattest Cult of Cinema Knowledge podcast.
This month has been pretty fat, man.
There's going to be
Pretty fat
5
with horror.
weeks. I was like, this is week 4, and I'm like, oh, we've got another week, which is dope. But I'm like surprised we made it actually so far.
I do know it's weird.
Pretty on it.
It's like
pretty on it.
I'm feeling like I'm in a good flow state with this month. I don't know. I mean, next week I don't watch a single movie.
I know, you piece of shit.
I'm feeling pretty good, man.
Still haven't watched Session 9, so don't expect that this episode, you fools.
Oh my God.
Maybe next time.
Well,
maybe next week.
You're gonna leave him hanging on one of the most epic horror.
I know. This week. So the reason why Jordan's talking about Oliver Reed's hot body and strange old women sitting behind me is because
that's
yeah. The first movie that we watched on Monday, which I watched out of order. I actually watched it the other night, but I kind of forgot.
I know.
I
never watch them in order.
Burnt Offerings, right? This movie I had put on the list. I'd heard about it somewhere. And I was like, I need like a good haunted house movie. We don't have any of that. So I was just like looking up like ghost movies, haunted house movies, whatever. And this was one of them. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And a 70s one, like I'm into it. Boom, click, on. That's it. That's all I knew. And then nobody told me. As soon as I saw, I watched it the other night. And I was watching it and it's just very like, oh, look, this guy's, it's just The Shining, but it's before, on the way up. It feels like it.
Right. Right.
Obviously,
100%.
the plot's different, but the characters feel plucked out of The Shining.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, wait, I recognize that guy. He's got that scar on his face. What's up? And then I was like, oh my God, that's him. That's the sexy fucking father from The Devils. And I'm like, and that automatically shot it high up my list of like, I was excited because go listen to that episode of The Devils. We loved it, but we were like both completely blown away and surprised by him.
Well, dude, and then a movie that we've seen Oliver Reed in way before The Devils is The Brood. Go listen to the episode that we do The Brood in, dude. He's the dad in The Brood. For some reason, Oliver Reed is like becoming one of my favorite acters of all time.
He's
like,
awesome.
He's literally my favorite part of this movie.
Oh,
and like
by a mile.
And like
awesome.
I want to go through his like. His filmography now.
We should do a dive because it's
we haven't done that for so long. We haven't done like a specific director or actor in forever. So we'll have to put that on the docket for next year.
That's not true. We did literally dead actors like 2 months ago. It was like 6 months. It was like 6 months ago. Yeah, we did like Philip Seymour Hoffman. We did Heath Ledger. We did.
Oh, sure, but no. But I mean, that doesn't focus on one person's filmography. Anyways, yeah.
Yes, it.
But that's. I guess that
I
is
see,
that.
per week,
That is
though, per week.
right. Per week. Anyways, my God, we're thin, baby. We're trying to.
So
we're trying
much
to.
fat.
This movie. The synopsis for this film is literally. It's just. It's your most. Like, for the time in 1976 or 8 or whatever when this came out. It would have been probably somewhat like kind of a twist a little bit. I mean, I don't know, dude. Rosemary's Baby came before this, and like this movie doesn't feel wholly original. But if you liked the book, I assume, then you would have seen this movie. But it's a super straightforward, basic haunted house. A small, a family of one, kind of go
But
in, and
it's
then,
not though, because there's it's not ghosts or anything, which is what I was surprised about. It's more like the house as an entity in itself, and I guess like the mom.
Yeah.
But when you think haunted house, I think like The Haunting or like classic ghost hauntings, which it is not.
Or
that.
the Changeling. The Changeling
yeah.
has like the ball that bounces out of like the
But
closet, the dark closet.
That's the shtick of this one though. It's like it has the feel of the Changeling or something. But the shtick is, this family, they go to this house and they're like, oh, it's too good to be true. And they're staying there, but then it's like bad shit starts happening and the house is like regenerating back to life. So it's like the house itself and it's like the siblings and their mom.
Yeah,
is
and
like the one
it's kind of fun. It like
they
it
feed
feeds
families
off of,
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, like feeds off of just like the family's
Bad
like souls
vibes,
and
dude.
essence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It
then
wants
it, like,
that boy. That's how you get real young. Is you kill the young ones. They got the most.
You
life.
kill. Yeah, no. I actually was like,
It is,
really
right?
surprised they killed. Everybody died in this because technically the mom, kind of just becomes
She's like a
the
shell.
woman in the attic,
Yeah.
and she becomes like possessed by the house, and now she's just the keeper of the house, and so she's stuck in the attic forever.
Yeah.
I guess technically, so she's
That's what
effectively dead too.
That's what I took from it.
Right, but it's funny because there are like descendants, siblings, if you will, or parents. Children at the beginning who are old, who rent the house out to the family, and like they show up later with voiceover because they're just like the photo
again,
the newest photo.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm like, so will they die eventually,
What
or are
was
they
their
immortal?
angle?
I guess
I was hoping we would see them again, but they would be hot and young, like it revitalized them
dude,
too, right? That's what I was expecting.
That's what I was thinking. But no, okay. Tell me real quick. I got two things for you. A, $900 for the summer, or not even. I mean, yeah, it was like the summer. Let's just say. I think it was only 2 months, honestly. Narratively, $900. That's not a bad deal. That's okay. That's
for like
honestly, that's
a
probably,
sprawling old school mansion. Like, yeah, sure.
But that'd be like $5,000 for like 2 months to rent an Airbnb, which I guess is not bad, but that's kind of, I don't know, that's steep to me. On top of it, they have to take care of it. That was the most. I was just like, my mind was blown when they were like $900. That's a good deal to be the sole caretakers. It's like if in The Shining, he's like, all right, you're gonna have to pay us to live in the hotel and keep it running.
The Shining,
so that part.
Yeah, this came out. Sorry. I thought that was 2 parts. I thought that was 2 parts.
No. That's it.
Part
That's one part is the money.
Yeah, that's a good.
The part one is the money, which was so silly to me.
Weird.
That's like
It's
the
weird.
rest of the movie was fine. But then the second part is, was there a single human being out there? Please, anybody out there in podcast land, if you just throw us a line, come to r/coldeststoneofknowledge, just email us at coldeststoneofknowledge@gmail.com. Did you not see that coming?
I know.
Did you not? Was there not a single the first 35 seconds of that movie? They pull up to the house and they get out and like the mom steps out of the car and she's like, "I'm gonna live here forever." That's the old lady. Like she literally just like it's like, was there a single person? Even in the 70s, was there like a child in the theater? Or it was like, oh, right at the end. Like I just was like, did you not see that coming?
Well, the question is this though, because at the end, I saw it coming, but it did feel like everything then did suddenly, like it was, because the whole pace of this movie is what's kind of whack too, which we'll get into a little bit. But like,
I know. It does a lot of good things, but
it does. It's edging. It's very atmospheric, but it's edging you to like that it's gonna go bad, and like the dad keeps trying to leave, but it's not really working. But then when everything finally does pop off at the very, very end, it's never like telegraphed. Like, you know it's coming, but it's just like, nope, jumping out the window with a very obvious stunt man that it lingers on for way too long.
That was but that was sick because I did not expect him to jump out the window.
No, of course not.
Like,
And
I
then
was
it
not,
meant,
I wasn't sure if he jumped or if
too.
he or if he was thrown. You know, I kind of feel like he was thrown out.
And then
but
the
still.
kid just stood there. It was like the fucking steamroller in Austin Powers. But he's like, no! They're like, move! And just like, the chimney fell on him, which
Dude, the chimney. I love how
earlier on, was there any hint? Like, the chimney, they're like, oh, yeah, that chimney's pretty rickety. Like, that's what I needed. I needed that.
No, well, I needed
I was
the
like,
kid.
What?
I mean, I understand the kid was like petrified with fear, I guess, apparently, because he just his dad's death is it's
extremely
brutal.
traumatic.
And
Yeah.
I love it. Like
Yeah.
we kept being like the kid's name is like Timmy or
I just called him
don't know
Danny.
his
I
name.
was Danny, Jack, and Wendy, dude, the whole time.
I don't. No, literally is little Danny. But anyways, we were like, I think it's like Alfie or something. But we were like, he is having the worst summer. His dad is like
Trying to drown him
in the water, trying to drown him. And then when that kid, he hits, his face hits through the windshield, and like blood just splatters all over the little kid. I'm like, this movie has not done anything like this, and so it really was like. I was shocked. Like, the whole movie is super milquetoast, and then that one scene, I'm like, oh, shit, they went pretty hard.
It was
Like,
pretty hard.
it was crazy.
The scene that got me is when the dad's all fucking doped up, and the kid's like drowning in the pool because it's just like, it triggered, movies hit different now
dude,
that I'm a dad. Because I'm just like,
I know, right?
And that was honestly the one good thing. Like, this movie was totally fine and sort of forgettable, a little long.
It's
but
fine,
like,
yeah.
But it's it's got good bones, I guess.
I want to read the book because I
bet you the book is good.
That the book can do it.
Yeah. But like the relationship between the father-son relationship was good, actually. Like, I was rooting. Like, they were playful. He was like, had a good dad. Like, Oliver Reed just fucking sold it, and the kid was just fine.
Oh, dude, yeah, Oliver Reed.
But and like, he maybe overacts, but it's so perfect. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I tried. Like, it's just
him. Yeah, I know, dude. That I know, right? Him in the chair, and he's doing the I don't even know the freak out thing. What's that in Breaking Bad? But I think the one part that, like, while I was watching this, I'm like, I was very aware of the pacing, which is fine, whatever. But when it kept showing, like, it's one of those movies where I'm like, the house is like making him relive the trauma of like his mom dying, and then like
with
the
hearse driver, and
like
which was
him,
cool.
the
He was
smiling.
creepy, I guess. You know
it's
what I
creepy,
mean?
but it had one of those
Didn't really amount to anything, though.
I had to look it up exactly. Didn't amount to anything because the whole time I was watching that scene, there's that sequence where he's like having the flashback and stuff, and then he sees it in real life, which is pretty cool. As an adult, I was like, oh man, this feels like a book. Like, I was like, this has to be an adaptation of a book. And then I looked it up because it was like that scene where I was like, oh, this is like, there's so much of this movie that's like inferring, like you've read the book, right? Like, here's the scene coming up, and this is our interpretation of that scene. And so I kind of like was like, oh, okay, it's a little. I'm like, I want to read the book now.
I want to read the book too.
So,
it's like a cool premise, and it's it's done fairly solid, and it does feel proto because like this movie came out before The Shining, like while Stephen King was writing.
Before The Shining,
even before Stephen King finished writing the book, so it's it's got proto vibes. Like, I feel like The Shining took the similar format, added psychic abilities, and then just like really honed it. Like, it's much more honed, especially in the book. I mean, obviously they're way different, but. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a good time. I'm glad I watched it a bit on the dull side, just because of like, it did not need to be 2 hours. It's like,
no, it was so there was a lot of like there were some scenes where like he's tinkering with the pool and stuff, and it's like there was a lot of stuff where I'm like, I enjoyed what they were going for, and like. I just think there were some times where I'm like, oh no, now they're doing this scene in real time. Like, he's getting out of the car.
That's the 70s,
he's, like,
though.
Walking.
I was talking about that in
know,
Deep Red
right.
last week. And I'm like, that was my one problem with Deep Red. I'm like, dude, cut 20 minutes from this, because it's just like, we need to show how the audience isn't going to get if you use movie magic and you cut to save time. it takes 5 minutes to do this thing, so God damn it, we're gonna film 5 minutes and we're gonna put the whole thing in the movie. It's like, no, it's fine. It's just infer.
I do. Right, I do. I just feel like that is just kind of a product of the time. Like
It
the
is,
60s was like that blocking and that, like,
for sure.
That execution. And so, yeah, it definitely, it's a product of its time for sure. But it does, there are quite a few things in it that, like, I think are pretty sophisticated and pretty cool.
I agree.
But,
I agree. I liked it. It had some fun stuff. The score was subdued, but like pretty good. Oliver Reed obviously was good. Everyone it was.
I think like the best acting in this is Ellen Heckart. She just the aunt kills it. Dude.
She's awesome. I wish she was in it more. I was kind of sad
funny.
when she died.
Yeah, I know, dude. She's funny and playful, and her death scene was like brutal. It was great. It was agonizing. So
and I'm just gonna keep gushing about Oliver Reed because he has chemistry with everybody, and so he's just he's like teasing with the aunt, but she gives it right back, dude. Because like you can tell the mom and the kid are like,
great.
They're playing to him, and he's like, son, tussles his hair, and it's great. But the aunt, like, she gives it back, man. It's good. They had pretty good chemistry. And I was like, sad. I wish I could have been a little more of that. Money Minute? I got to Reddit. I almost forgot the Reddit, but then I was like, no, fat. I'll just get all the fat. I'm literally adding more fat.
I know, we're good. We like it. We do them chunky, man. People want to hear us talk, They love it. To find a Money Minute on this, it was pretty hard. But it's estimated like 2 million, and then it only made 1.5. So
yeah, that tracks for 70s like family drama horror. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They did what they did. Yeah. So what's our Reddit?
We'll start off with our buddy Clones Are People Too. All the fat. First watch. Never heard of this before. This had many great bits and many average bits. Oliver Reed was great. I need to seek out more from him. The scenes of tension when the house was taking command in the last 45 minutes was great. It had me on edge. The final 5 minutes was riveting. That poor kid, the weird driver guy, frightening. The average, it felt like it was almost too serious of a drama, and the slow burn was tiring. I wanted more of the house in a film like this. The house should be a character, and that seemed to be missing to me. Overall, I found myself wanting to watch a better movie with a similar visual style like The Shining, The Omen, Rosemary's Baby, or The Exorcist. This is not bad, but two tiers below those. 6 out of 10. Very well put. I mean, we're watching The Omen in a couple days, so stay tuned. I've never seen The Omen, so I'm looking forward to it. What you said about I commented on this thing too, but what he said about like the how like cut off some of the thing of the people just doing stuff, and like really make the house like even like long shots down hallways like with like the house creaking and moving and like
the house. I know, dude, because it's like they did a cool.
There's cool stuff with the plants and stuff and.
Well, right, and when like the boards start popping off the side and he's like the house is restoring itself like. I kind of needed that like exposition dump because I kind of was a little confused. I was like, I thought it was going to like go Carrie style and like implode on itself. I thought it was going to try to like take them to a different dimension or something or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
But then when he was like, oh, it's restoring itself, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I get that. That's a fun concept.
Anyway, Burn Offerings, old haunted 70s movie. It's pretty fun. And we need more Oliver Reed, I'm thinking,
I know we really got to get. He worked for a long time too.
My hunk of the year, dude. Just discovered him this year, and he's my hunk of the year, man.
Yeah.
All right, next movie, which was
Alter, baby, which I was I don't know.
All right, let me preface this. Jordan and I we talked about this. We're trying to save it, but we talked a little bit about before we were recording the other day, and. This movie, first of all, there are no fucking good, there are very few good alien-specific horror movies, and to me, it's such a good subgenre, and I still am terrified, but back in the day when this came out, when I was in high school, it didn't scare the shit out of me, but I was like, I was terrified of aliens back then, and it hit like a perfect thing. Like, I don't know, I still feel the same about it, like it's messy.
No, if I saw this in like 06, 07 when it came out, I think I would have.
This is another one of those. This is another one of those like magnet releases. I was scared of aliens, and I was like, "Oh, this is by the director that did the Blair Witch Project."
I know, right?
Which is like
is
all
so
the advertising.
Do you know what? I did not expect anything. Like the Blair Witch is one of those like it's one of those perfect. It's like the perfect time, perfect place.
Lightning in a
magic
bottle
sauce.
movie. Yeah.
It's not. It's not like he's a good director.
No, it's not
like,
that. Yeah.
It's not. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess
The
anyways,
stars
it's like,
aligned for Blair Witch Project. Not that this is a bad movie necessarily.
Right. And actually,
but
so there's a great podcast called "How Did This Get Made," and they talked about Blair Witch and I just
all right, bud.
recently.
No fat.
And
We're not talking about the Blair Witch Project. We're talking about
know,
goddamn.
I know.
Altered.
But no, it was just like he barely directed it. So, anyways, I was like, I had no expectations for this.
The actors directed.
And so, the first 5 minutes of this movie, I was like, I'm like, all right, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can hang.
No,
It's
they
pretty-
immediately
it's
got
pretty
you
rough.
in. No, it's awesome.
No, but it's one of those like
Yeah.
it just like literally pans down from the sky and they're already chasing it's kind of Jurassic Park opening esque, you know?
Yeah.
They're like already chasing the alien and they like capture it. And then the part that it's fine because once again, this is a new director. He's not very, he whatever. He's like
starting the action.
he helped write it too, so he's not.
Because
It's not great.
so
but dude,
many
just,
other parts are very boring.
so
it's like
I know. Well, dude,
starting the
when
action.
But I mean, he starts with the action, and then it so conveniently cuts to the friend that they haven't seen for years, living on his compound, and he's like looking through. They're doing the visual info dump where he's looking at all the stuff from the past. It's like all so convenient that he's got all this stuff out that like 8 minutes into the movie, he's already like showing everything, and then they show up.
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't, no,
like,
no,
you
it's
want
fine.
to,
It's
like there would just be more movie. It's like cut the chopper,
Well,
you know?
No. That's the thing. And then it's kind of one of those things where like I kept rolling my eyes, but then the second the alien gets in there and we start to like see its powers and stuff, and like that was really fun. You know, and then it turned to like pretty hardcore gore, and I was like, okay, well, all right, this is more than I expected. Thankfully, like I thought this was going to be like in the PG-13 realm, and just like not, just kind of be like this like silly bottle movie where the guys just kind of yell and there's a clanking alien around. But I'm like, oh no, it's violent, it gets around, and like they're pretty. Like I was saying to you off screen, it's kind of they're like unlikable characters a little bit. Like I kind of like when you get like kind of dirtbaggy characters that are in it, and everybody's kind of like they. It's kind of fun to see what they do with that, like and.
Everyone kind of sucks.
But
like the acting's whatever, everything's fine. But like, the alien's cool. Like,
and the poison, the like zombie-fied thing that happens to the guy is terrifying. Like
I forgot all about that
that's
because
awesome.
the only thing I remembered is the opening scene and like the premise, and then the best scene of the movie, which is the fucking intestine gut pulling scene, which is so brutal. It's so
good. Is good. It's really good.
It's
scary.
Like
that's the part. It's scary. It's like that is like a well-directed scene.
Yeah.
That whole the girl in the bed tied up, the aliens, like its movements.
It's like in the dark, just like
everybody, everybody everybody coming in, and the one guy's like, like they find out, like it's good visual storytelling too, where it's like the gun. They're like, oh, it doesn't like the gun. Put the gun away, and it will stop yanking my guts out. It's pretty
which is the worst because then he just like shoves it all back in and just lives for a while. Like,
oh, I know, right. That was kind of
You would
confused,
I mean,
but it's
people
fine.
live
It's
with
one
their
of those-
guts out. They do.
I know. Okay, but I could suspend my disbelief. They have an alien with them, so it's like
so
whatever.
many people have lived with their guts out. It's fine.
I know.
It's good. I'll take my guts out right
dude,
now.
I love in Pineapple Express the guts, or not Pineapple Express. In Tropic Thunder.
Oh yeah,
the guts. They have the guts like coming out, and that's fun.
I don't know. This movie's fun. This
is a movie that like
it's a product of his time again, but
I guess right. It really
is.
is, and it's like
But
it's definitely it's his sophomore film too, so it's kind of like whatever.
He got lucky with the first one, and then so they gave him money to make this, and then they're like, nah, no more money for you.
They barely gave him. Do you know how much the Blair Witch made, dude? It made like $200 million.
So much.
It was like in '99 it made $200 million, which is which is why it's like the Titanic numbers. Like this is it's crazy how much it made.
The question though, because this feels pretty low budget. Other than like I said, the monster effects or like the costume. It's obviously just a dude in a costume with some good animatronic face stuff, but it's good.
Right,
but it's simple. And
It's
I
simple,
feel like
but-
I looked it up on this one. So like, how many? Oh, I did look it up. How many splinters? I didn't do the money minute exactly, but I'm
know.
doing it for you because I'm like, okay, this is another low budget movie. This is for another opponent who was like, I've seen other low budget horror movies do more than Splinter for less, and I'm like, no, you haven't. And so
No, you
think
haven't.
about Splinter, and then think about this movie and compare the qualities as far as the actual. You would think budgetary, pretty close, right?
Yeah.
This is 571 splinters.
Yeah, dude. That's
Just
crazy,
saying,
right?
Just saying.
It like that. No, dude. It literally. I don't think people understand. Like it. Like we have to say this is our contract. We have to talk about Splinter, but
I know.
the fact that this movie was 500 splinters, which is crazy because honestly, I like Splinter a lot more. I mean that's just narratively, but also, dude, you can't tell me they don't look like this does. They feel very similar.
They do.
Like it's
That's why
crazy,
I compare them
dude.
too. They
It
both
is
came out around the same time
crazy.
within a couple years. Like, it's definitely this like digital cheap monster movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's crazy. But what is the actual budget? I did look it up when I made that
Well, it's
comment. But
$8 million is the budget for it.
that's not
which
bad.
is-
It does seem
which
like a
is
little more than
crazy.
it needs to be. This feels like a $2 million movie or something, you know. But
Yeah, well, yeah, I can see it's got a somewhat bigger cast than Splinter. And
no, it
it's
doesn't.
got more-
I recognize the people
mean,
in
well,
Splinter. The dude from
That's-
Road
that's
Trip
true.
is in Splinter. Like,
No, I know, but no, like-
bigger as in like
But
numerous.
I'm,
Yeah, okay,
I meant
see.
yes, I meant numerous in the sense of not acting. No, in this one, I'm like, I don't know a single actor, but just actual human beings you had to pay was more, and it was more studio.
I couldn't
backed,
tell
obviously,
the
because
way
of
it looked too. Like it looked like it was shot on digital, but like maybe like a nicer digital for the time. But maybe it was shot on film. I feel like probably not though. But that would account for some of the cost. But it did have an interesting look. Like it felt like cheaper, but I'm like in 2005, 2006, digital really was noticeable. And so the fact that I was like, couldn't quite tell, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it
mean,
could have
maybe
been shot
in
on
my
digital
mind.
and then done a 35 millimeter scan.
You know what?
They do that
That
too.
makes
It could've
sense. Yeah, that
Could have
actually
been
tracks.
that.
I
But
wonder.
don't know.
Anyway,
I can't see it on here.
I'm not going to spend
They
too
didn't
much
post it,
too long talking about
Yeah.
Altered, but mainly,
No, right.
Like we said before, I just like am happy that movies like this exist because like the back end kind of sucks. There's a lot of fluff, but like what is the highlights are good. But the lows are kind of drag them down, though. A lot of times I can let the highlights stand, but the lows do drag everything down. Just like the exposition dumps and the uninteresting characters, whatever. But
Yeah.
I like it gets a little bit of an extra love for me just on the pure fact that it's just like where are all my fucking alien horror movies at?
I know,
And
dude.
I'm not talking just in space, which I'll take those too because there's still not many. But like just alien, like when you think about all our history with aliens, like alien abductions and stuff, like there's alien abductions, and this is about the alien abduction happened before the movie started, but like there's not very
Right,
many
yeah.
alien abduction movies either, and like I don't know, there just should be. I don't know, it's scary anyway.
It really is. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's scary. Let me see if I got a Reddit. I'll probably read them both. I haven't read Competitive Bats, but I feel like now because Closer People 2, he said, first watch. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm going to make sure I wasn't reading the same comment. He said, first watch, never heard of this one either. Very, very mixed on this. I enjoyed the film despite it having lots of story issues. The tone was good, and there's definitely is not enough of this type of alien horror. I thought the idea was novel of humans abducting an alien. The special effects were pretty good. I can't find the budget, so I don't know how many splinters it is. But the story was a mess, too talky, too many convoluted side alleys, surface level character backstory. The alien craft at the end came too late. That could have been the third act that doesn't even need a big budget, just have a good home invasion. Overall, I remember the good over the bad. It's not a good idea and good. It's got a good idea and good elements, but it feels like it's doing too much with the story that wasn't needed. 5 out of 10, 100%. I just had to post it because I'm glad he's on board with. I don't know how many splinters. You know, I mean,
I know, right. I love it. Yeah, I do really like the one like mechanic I love in this movie is I love the tracker. How it's got like the doing like Morse code or whatever.
Oh yeah,
clicker.
it's like the clicking in his guts. Like
fun.
it's fun.
Like,
it's got just enough interesting
clicking in his guts.
And even though the CG ship at the end was lame, but like I liked the premise that it's like frog-like. Like I don't know, the design was cool. Should have done it with stop motion or something. It's got like a frog, like it's got like legs and like frog-like movement. Anyway, I'll read competitive bets too because I haven't actually read it yet. I didn't see that he commented it, but he said like many of them this month, I've never heard of this. The beginning feels high stakes from the outset, and it instantly felt like an alien-centered movie. I know there can be a lot that ties into the setting up the feeling of a movie, so it's awesome this started so strongly. I love the hiding of the alien at first. It felt like a glimpse of the alien was the most we would get until you see the fucker in the corner after escaping. I enjoyed the movie in a bottle aspect of this with the roles of abductee and abductor swapped. Also true in the movie where the alien is desperate to escape the humans. The practical effects and body horror of the sick guy is gruesome and a delight. I love the alien being clearly designed from a well-known alien, Grey's, but with a more sinister appearance. I didn't realize how few alien-centered horror movies there were after watching this. Right? Thank you for that comment.
Yeah, right.
But
really, though.
it's like
no, like we were talking about it, and we're like there's I can only name like 3, and then we looked it up, and there's like 5.
I know, seriously, it's really not that many. Anyway, remember Don't Look Up, the short we tried to do. Anyway.
Oh, that one, yeah, dude, that one's sick.
I wrote an alien short, so now I'm just gonna have to get back in it. We'll just write another alien movie. I'm just gonna have to make our own, and it'll just be it'll be a dinky home invasion that's gonna be 1/2 of a splinter, fifth of a splinter, 1 fracture.
I know 1/5. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be like it'll be a decimal point of a splinter. But,
yeah.
I was gonna say a great, but it's not a horror movie at all. But I love that Asteroid City.
Yeah, actually,
that's an alien. We were like, we were just trying to think of even like good alien movies. Period. You know, like Arrival and stuff.
Well,
but I was like,
let's
Asteroid
do.
City's pretty fun.
I'm like, let's do an alien month and get these bad boys going. Yeah. And we looked it up, and we've already watched all the good ones because there is only like a dozen alien movies that are actually worth the fuck. Anyway, so moving on. Give me more alien movies. Right. This movie's fine. It's sort of bad, but it's got some stuff. So.
I know, right?
The next one.
That next film is a trigger warning film.
Okay. It's the last house on the left, right?
We're gonna do the two last.
Let's just combine them.
We'll do.
Yeah, we watched the original 1972 version and then the 2009 remake.
Yeah, we sure did.
For the moms, a couple gals. This family is on a fucking vacation, and their daughter goes out in the town, and she's got a friend there, and a couple gals get mixed up with this gang that's of escaped hooligan convict murderers on the lam.
They're actively on the run.
They're on the run. Yep. And they basically get raped and murdered by this crew. She survives in the remake, but more or less they get murdered, but then they end up seeking shelter because of all the chaos that ensues at the parents' house, and they don't really know what's gone on quite yet, but it unravels the tensions there of like, we murdered your daughter and violated her and killed her friend and blah, blah, blah. And then so the parents figure it out, and then the tables turn, and the hunters become the hunted, and the parents get their revenge on the Krug organization. I don't know, the gang.
Yeah, right, the gang. Yeah.
It's the motivation. It's revenge more in the original one because she does die, and they're just like, got to do it. And the remake, it's like they're reined in. It's kind of more about getting her to safety because she survives and then escaping.
Right.
As
you have
well,
the ticking time clock of her.
Like there is
her well-being.
Yeah, there is the revenge angle a little bit for like what you did to my kid type of thing, but in the remake, that's like tonally it's like a little bit different just because it's like there's a little bit different of a skew of like they're trying to save the other kid too, maybe, you know what I mean? They do, but
right, and that's and see, I don't know, we I personally, so out of these
The
two,
brushstrokes
like,
are the same, but the details are way different. You know what I mean?
exactly, yeah, way different. I think that the adaptation is great. I think it does a really good job. It definitely is like I was like it's The Hills Have Eyes of the it's Wes Craven, and then both movies are his, and then both adaptations came out like around the same 2008, I think, or 2006 maybe. Hills Have Eyes, something like that.
I think that they did
this is,
Hills Have Eyes, and then they're like, oh, let's do it. Wes is on board. Let's do another one because he produced them too. Both the remakes.
Exactly. So and that made me feel good. Like he had something to do with it. But
yeah,
I think what they did with the remake was a really smart choice.
Right?
To ground it, like
because I love both, but for completely
do.
opposite reasons. You know what I mean? And so I think this is a good movie. I'm glad we ended up doing this one for the original remake of the month because they're both like so different tonally too, and like, but they set out like the first one is just like, even though it's not like, I mean, it's definitely graphic for the time, and it's certainly got its graphic moments, but it's like they go harder with the gore in the remake, but it feels so much more subdued, so much more grounded. The gang members are like not unhinged, but like in the fucking original one, it's like they're like literally like child rapists. They're literally he's got his son addicted to heroin just so he can use him as a tool. Where in the other one, he's just like a bad dad that he's like, oh, you disappoint me, son. I mean, he's a really bad dad. Obviously, I'm being a little hyperbolic, but.
And the kid's like
he talks him into shooting himself in the original, which is so hardcore.
To like talk about the comparison between those two Krugs, two Krugs. It's like it's okay. It's really hard for me to watch the remake and take anybody serious because all of them are well-known actors to me. Yeah. And so it's like
Aaron Paul, and it's like he dresses like my stepdad. He's just like covered in rings and leather boots.
I know, right. And like I'm like it's Todd from. It's like I can't take Todd seriously. Yeah. And then the Krug in the remake, he's like the dad in Raising Hope. He's like this and he's in Deadwood. He's that like
that's
slow
how
guy in
I
Deadwood.
know him from Deadwood and Assassination of Jesse James.
And Assassination. Duh, right. He's in because he's in those two westerns. And so it's like seeing him in those. It's like I'm like he's too well known and he plays kind of a dopey character. So like for the first it took me a minute for me to get into him when they show up at the hotel and kind of crash that party. I was like, okay, I'm in it now.
And I was losing my mind.
He's his own.
He's good, and he crushes it. Honestly, he does a really good job. And I was like, is that Garfunkel and Oates? Like, right? Like the chick from fucking. Is that what it is? Right? You know what I'm talking about?
No. That's not that girl.
It is. I looked it up.
Is it the other? It's the other girl. Oh, it's the other girl. Oh, okay. Yeah. From them. Oh my God, that's so.
I was
funny.
like, is that her? Like, how weird. And then I'm like, it is. I had to look it up because I'm like, is that her? And it was. But which is like, the whole crew is like all these like well known. Like I recognize them all, which was weird. Because then
which is weird. It kind of took me out of it because in the original, I'm like they're like they feel like characters, but like they feel like well developed.
They feel like a real family
characters.
Yeah.
That are
and like the gang
and like they just feel and they feel it's got that really good sleaze. Like there's just
because
there's such a confidence behind it and like and just like and that I don't know he's like banging the girl in the car when they're like talking and it's like it's almost like this thing where like I keep thinking about it and like when we were watching it I was like man this is like laughable in its dialogue and its writing and its acting and everything about it. But then the more I think about it I'm like God it kind of works for me. It's like it's weird.
Works.
It's like
it works.
I like it more. Like it's like kind of it's silly because he's like what's the worst sex crime? I'm like this is dumb. But then I don't know. The more I think about it, like it does kind of feel like I think that's what it is like it feels kind of more natural than like than a written script. It feels kind of just like I wouldn't be surprised if they were kind of just riffing the whole time they're doing this. I doubt this movie was like written to the nines because it's like before this Wes Craven used to direct porn, and so like that was something that I thought was hilarious because I'm like half the time I was like this has got some porn energy behind it.
I know. It's like,
but-
luckily, yeah, because I hadn't seen it since high school, and when I watched it originally, I liked it, but I was kind of like, whatever. I liked then I watched the remake, and I was like, I like the remake more. Although
I prefer the remake more.
Although
on a rewatch,
I think now they're about tied for me, but for totally different reasons. I like how like crazy and like more. I have more of an appreciation for like the exploitation like genre, I guess, because like even the sexual assault stuff like wasn't as graphic as I remember. Like it's still always pretty bad, and it's bad in the remake too. Like it's 10,000 times more earned than Megan is Missing. Both of them.
I know, right. If we want to even speak of its name, it's like
know.
Megan is Missing is just so. It's like Megan is Missing makes you feel sick because it's in bad taste,
Yeah.
which is so weird. It's like such a weird thing to say. That it's like
We're
but
talking
it
about
is
like
that's
the last
that
house
is
on
like,
the left.
That's right, and the last house on the left. And it's like in this movie, like that's kind of the point of no return, and that's what's actually really interesting about these films is like the whole gang and stuff. It's like they're dirtbags, they're violent, they're the worst. I don't know if he even killed a guy or something. I can't remember exactly what the backstory is, and if he did, whatever. It's like he like murdered some guy, I thought in like a brawl or something. But anyways, it's like they're dirtbags in this and stuff. But then like when he does the deed and it's like that violent rape scene happens. I think both movies do it really well where like it's just like everybody has this like kind of sobering realization afterwards. Like it doesn't change them, and they don't want to they don't want to clean up their acts per se, but like they're kind of just like this is brutal. This was like they're like, we're happy to murder somebody.
It's a post-nut clarity of like we just did all this horrible because they're obviously both gangs are like these like maniac thrill seekers that like Sadie the woman is like a good example of it because she's like dude, like when they kill the cops at the beginning they're like what do you think he's thinking about, you know what I mean, like they love it, but then it's just like when it's over it's like there's that tiny nugget inside of them that's like maybe this nugget of humanity. Like they would never admit it, they would never say it, they would never do anything, but it's like both movies do a good job kind of there's like a sobering moment where it's like all right, fun's over, and it's like even maybe if it's just in self-interest it's not like oh god what have we done, it's like all right, fun, like we're done, fun's over, time to shift gears and get this back up. But it's just like there's always like the trail we leave, and then it's like you reap what you sow when you get fucking Home Alone, at least in the original, with the fucking get shocked.
Well, let's see, and that was okay. That Home Alone, dude. Okay, we're gonna move over to that.
It's goofy. It's goofy, but it's fun. I don't know.
That was so the whole like I don't know. That's the whole thing, dude. It's one of those things where I'm like, I can't tell if it's like if it's genius craft or he just kind of got lucky by being like. Doing like the scene where like
he got lucky.
The girls are like
no way.
The girls are like in the apartment, for the first time where they get assaulted, and it's like showing like the parents set up for the birthday in the original, setting up for the birthday party and stuff, and it's like that the music for me, I'll never be able to get over it. I posted on Reddit that I was like, hey, that song's pretty good, Sadie and Krug. It's not. I'm gonna go. I'm going on the record. It's awful. I hate the music. I hate it at first.
It fit. I don't know why. It like
I don't know. I get it. It's fine.
It fit for me.
So what? It whatever. It can fit for you, and that's perfect. But when they started singing Sadie and Krug, for me it turned into that where I was like, this is like, I mean, I don't know. To say taking it serious, it's just like, there's just something about it that was too weird. But anyways, we didn't talk about the cops yet in the original, and that was
the best.
Those guys could have been cut, and I'm so happy that they cut them.
I wish they were cut because they are useless, but I feel like that was the point. Because first time I watched it, I hated it. But it was a complete waste of time. But they're just
it was a waste of time. That's the thing. I knew what they were doing. I appreciated what they were doing. I think having I loved when the cops flag the car down and they run to it and then they flip them off and they're like fuck pigs and they drive away. I was like, well, that's pretty good. That's like a good bit. I'm glad that we got that. Yeah. But that's the whole thing. That's the whole movie.
That's the whole bit. Every time they show up, it's like
oh right. The cops are just like bumbling and that's something I enjoy. Where I'm like, I'm sure Wes Craven was doing that on purpose. Right? It's like. But
That's why the
I don't
remake
know,
is so smart, though. The remake made a lot of smart choices because it's like by the time 2009 rolled around, we had seen this kind of movie so many times because it's like the original one was shocking because it's like, where are your kids? Violent sex crimes. Like, did she fucking the mom eats a dick off of a guy's body in the original?
I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, the fact that
pretty
doesn't
metal.
happen in the remake,
She
I'm
shakes
really
it like a fucking rabid dog, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Well, no, and okay, and I gotta say, like she performs
finishes
a little
it
bit,
a
a little bit longer than I think she should have.
It's like that
but
South
but
Park
that's her
skit
prerogative.
where
I don't
it's like
know. I don't know. It's like I get it. Like she's in a situation that's like unbelievable, but the fact that she was like had him where she wanted him, had her mouth on his penis, and then like and then it was like 4 minutes later. I'm like, all
it's
right,
like
buddy.
it's like South Park when he's the detective goes undercover as the prostitute, and then he like waits until after the guy like finishes it in his ass, and then he's like, "I'm an undercover cop." Like it's like what?
Yeah,
but we'd
but
seen
it's
a lot
it's
of like
brutal.
revenge movies and a lot of like home invasion. Like it's kind of surface and crazy in the 72, but for 72 it was pretty shocking. But by 2009, it's like you got to ground it. It's more about like this
When did
kind of
Deliverance come out?
story. I think like a year or two after that, like 73 or 74. But so it's like we were getting movies like that. I mean, Spit on Your Grave was like a couple years after, I think. And so it's, I don't know, it's smart. I really like both. I'm glad we watched them back to back. I mean, the second one.
Deliverance is 72 also.
Oh, cool.
So
That's
I guess it was just the year of revenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there must have been something in the news or something that caused everybody that. Yeah.
Some kind of war or something maybe was going on.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Maybe they starting to see more violent images on TV.
Yeah.
But in like in the original, that's the thing. I'm like, it is sophisticated in its juxtaposition of doing the like happy hippie peace love family and stuff, and then the violence. But that just the dad was so grotesque, and I don't know. I'm like, you can't. I mean, you chalk it up to the time, but how he talked to his daughter, I was like,
weird.
I don't ever want to hear this again in my life.
And he reminds me the way he looks. I don't know if you know who Fred West is, who's a disgusting serial killer who like raped his own kids and like murdered a bunch of nannies and stuff. Anyway, he looks like him, but he didn't get caught until like the 80s or something.
Yes.
But
it might have been him.
But that's what I was thinking. I was like, ew. Like, I don't know. Like, this guy's grossing me out.
Dude, yes. No, like,
later when he's got the chainsaw, too, which is fun.
See, and that I was going to say, the ending actually kind of works for me. It's like I do like the catharsis at the end of the original where they're just like breathing and the cops are just kind of like, what are you going to do? These guys, they were, and I love it though, but the cops had no idea what was happening, but they were just like, I guess they had their reasons.
I like he just walked in and was like, no! And it's like, what are you even doing here?
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's like they just murdered all these people and you don't know why. And the cops are just like, I trust them. I'm sure
it's all good.
They
They're
had
good
their
people.
reasons.
They're good people.
But they're good American Christians. But they started like them breathing and that stuff. It's like I do like that. Like I think that I personally like the original or like the remake more because of the it feels more earned in my opinion for them to like attack them because they're like, we have to do this so that we can save her and get out of here. You know, I don't know.
They add a lot of the mechanism. Like
her,
they're looking. They can't leave because they can't find the boat key or whatever. And it's like the brother previously. Like, it's smart. It's all the changes they made are very smart. And it's like, it's still super violent. Like the way they fucking, even though, because I'd seen the original first and then watched the remake back in the day, pretty close together too, the first time. And I was sad when she didn't bite his dick off, but his death is still very good. Where he gets the hand, and a good hand in the garbage disposal, then a claw hammer stuck in the back of the head. Pretty good. It looked pretty good.
Right.
And then him later is like, you sure, you really killed the shit out of my brother down there or whatever. It was like,
I know. Right. That was good. But then that whole like in the house kind of thing where they're walking around, I was like, this is a little like,
that's like more
slow.
Leans more into the thrillery, but
the thriller, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna say the Last House on the Left I did not expect them to disembowel the friend.
Yeah.
And play with her guts. That made Victoria and I both we were squirmed. We were like, oh Jesus Christ!
There are
we did not
times-
expect that at all.
Yeah, even though it's kind of goofy in the original, but the way it's filmed, the music, and the way that the scenes of violence are pretty methodical because again, it's kind of like how it was back then. But yeah, it really did make you feel like you're watching something you're not supposed to. That whole scene in the woods, unchecked. Because that's the thing too. It's in the remake again, good decision to change it. It makes sense, I guess. For an update where the girls kind of stumble into them and they're on the run and they're like, well, they've seen our face and we're on the front page news, so we have to take them now. It's just part of it, and we're also maniacs. In the original one, they're just we need some women, and so they just trick her back. Because the sun,
the whole getting some good grass, I don't know,
but it works for the fear and paranoia of the time, it does feel the original feels like sort of satire in that way, where it's just making fun of all the all the normies, there's just because they're out there just having fun talking about sex crimes and making a movie and disemboweling this girl, but it's gross, but then I don't know, there's the sobering moment for the audience too, because it's when you get out there in the woods and they're unhinged and everything, you're like, oh yeah, that's unpleasant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and her death is so it's that's what's funny. Yeah, it really is. There are so many things in the original that I liked, and then there's I think that they both work really well, which is weird.
Which is weird because they're kind of opposite.
Yeah, they're really opposite,
things, but kind of opposite.
It gets pretty art housey and kind of surreal when she walks into the water.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then just gets blasted.
She's trauma in the original. She walks out and is and then just gets domed. And then but I also like what they did with Mary in the remake, where she's a badass, cool headed, tries to escape, barely gets out alive because she's a fighter kind of vibe. It's the story beats are the same, but the character motivations are completely different in both movies for all the characters, which is what is interesting, I think.
Yeah, and they flushed them out really well in the remake. But I think the Nuggets lived. It's Wes Anderson, or it's Wes Anderson.
Yeah,
it's
that's
Wes
what
Craven's
I want to say. Yeah.
That would be good, dude. How come he hasn't made a rated R horror? That'd be great. But anyways, this Wes Craven guy he's gonna do okay for himself, I'm sure.
I mean, he's
gonna make some.
He's made some stinkers, but we should watch more of Wes Craven's movies.
Well, we're watching one. Well, actually, did he direct the third Nightmare? No, he didn't. Did he?
No, someone else.
No. Okay. Yeah.
That's the only one.
We're watching one of his properties, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Wes Craven's cool though. We got to watch Ghost of Mars one of these days.
Oh my God! I know he's got some really bad movies. For all the good ones he has really bad ones on the back end too.
We walked out of My Soul to Take, dude. That was one of his last movies.
I know, My Soul to Keep Forever. You can keep my ticket forever is what we said on that. So the 1972, the budget on that was 90 thou. So I mean, we're looking pretty. That's only what 10, or no, yeah, right, somewhere around 10. I don't know the math, whatever. Not quite 10, but.
Yeah, that's 10, that's 7 splinters. But you got to think
7 splinters.
That's a huge. If you count for inflation, that's a big difference. But
that's true. Yeah. It's probably
90 thou and 72. Yeah, it's probably 900 thou now.
Right, exactly. And it made 2.3 mil, so
it's pretty good. I think this movie's got a reputation for sure. So I'm surprised the remake did as good as it did, because it's it is fairly simple of a story. But, I don't know how well it did, but I remember when it came out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it was fairly well received. But
yeah. Do you have a Reddit for the original?
We only got 2 more movies to talk about. We're doing great on time.
All right.
Don't rush me. I need to mention, she'll never listen to it, my wife or my one friend. I think every time I think about this movie, though, I think about my previous manager coming over to my house when I was 18 and watching this movie at my apartment in Provo.
That's illegal, bro.
I was 18. She came over to my house. She was 30, And she,
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like
We
a
got-
manager, and you're 18. This is not. This is not going good. This isn't going to be a good ending.
We got super, super high, and I put this movie on, the 2009 remake, and I put it on, but I was too high, so I turned it. I was like, that was a terrible choice. I'm not going to watch this movie with her. And so I put on a different. I watched like the first like 15 minutes, and I'm like, no, we're switching up. I'm too high to watch this, but I got to shout out to her because it's like she was just hitting on me the whole night, and I was like not getting it. I was not getting. In retrospect, I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting it. And
Oh,
so
dude, you could have been. You could have been with like a 15-year-old older.
older.
She'd be retiring.
15-year-old
retiring right now,
senior.
dude.
Yeah. If she's listening, yeah, broken. Sorry, I didn't. I should have. I should have.
I know, dude. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you guys could have walked down the aisle.
I got too high.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to mention. But yeah, I guess I got it right there too. Yeah, because I'm like, I'm always the worst about picking those movies. I get people over to my house back in the day, and I'm like agonized about what to watch. And of course, I picked a movie with like a 2-minute long rape scene.
I know, yeah, like a brutal. Yeah,
I remember
brutal rape scene.
We had some friends over one time, and like a younger girl too, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm like, you know what a good movie is Kids, and I put on Kids. And she was like, her and her boyfriend, they're like, what's happening? And I'm like, you know what? This was a bad idea. Let me put something else.
Yeah. You know, yeah, I don't know. When they're beating up those like gay guys in the park, and you're like, you know what?
It just opens with him just macking on that young girl and be like, I'm going to give you AIDS.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, Kids is
yeah. Kids is amazing. Yeah, I love Kids. It's always like it's always the before the devil knows you're dead or whatever. Like,
I know, right? All right, let's see. We got Clones of People 2. This is about the 1972 original. He says, first watch, and I finished it 5 minutes ago. You know, when he said this 4 days ago. I think this is a film I'll think about, so my thoughts and opinions may change. This film has quite a reputation, which meant the dread was there before the film even started. The conversation about Mary's tits set it up for where it was going, and it felt very uncomfortable at times. The violence was less shocking than I expected, but I may have seen a censored version. But the tone of humiliation, disgust, and sadness was hard to stomach. Oh yeah, when he makes her like pee her pants, it's like,
well, him making him kill himself was kind of like, I'm like, that's a good. I kind of thought they were gonna do that in the remake because
he wasn't in the pocket as much. He had to get like him being like hooked on heroin specifically to be like a fucking like at his complete whim, and I'm like, that's brutal. Like, I don't know.
That's and that's really good.
I appreciate the change again. I appreciate the change.
Yes,
but I also really like the son, like, because it's the paranoia. The 70s. My kids are hooked on heroin.
Do you know how mad I was that they didn't have? I wanted them to have like the year later. You know, year later, and now it's like we're adopted. Like, we adopted you, and you're my new brother.
Pretty much.
Because
they're dead brother and everything. I know. Mary and I were watching it, the remake, and the whole time it was like, oh, okay, this gets pretty intense, and it's like the cops, like, what are you going to tell to them? It's like it's all self-defense, and she's like, oh, I'm bummed that this guy didn't get a good kill at the end. I felt very unsatisfied by that, but then because they escape on the boat, and then it cuts back to him like paralyzed with the microwave and everything. And she's like, "Oh, that is very satisfying, but like, how are you gonna explain that one to the cops?" You know what I mean? Like,
I know, right. No, it kind of, to me, it felt like it kind of felt. I was like, oh,
it had to be the last one, but yeah,
I would have rather seen the dad kind of dominate, because that was the one thing I really enjoyed about the original is that dad like goes berserk and dominates. Like he gets a couple licks in, and he's exhausted, but like, I don't know. It's like in the remake, like the dad kind of felt. I was like, it's like, man, the dad like doesn't seem like he's fighting hard enough, and then he uses like his doctor powers.
Yeah, he's a wimpy doctor, like a fucking.
Yeah, no, I was like
in the original, the dad's probably like a coal worker, something American, you know. Like,
yeah, no, dude, he definitely works with cars, man. Do you see those? Do you see his sideburns? Baby?
You see how hairy his forearms are? Come on,
he chainsawed a door down, dude, and he's like he's plowing his wife. So don't you dare.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Disparage this man.
When he comes up with the chainsaw, he's like, Krug, Anyway.
I know, really. I am sad that the chainsaw didn't really do anything, but still.
I know. There's a lot of just zipping along furniture.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes on to say, Jordan, however,
Please, don't let me interrupt.
the overall tone was brilliant. It's just so offbeat, weird, comedic elements, disjointed music. The pacing felt off. It all combined to keep me on edge. I never knew when something was about to happen. But the shift when the parents become the hunters, it suddenly feels more structured and more controlled. And then as an audience, we want the murderers. Masterful. Overall, I think this is a work of brilliance, but it's also nasty and dirty and repulsive. 7 out of 10. Yeah, great. I agree. I honestly, first time I watched it, I was like sort of whelmed, but I think this time around I enjoyed it much more. But yeah. So let's see if I got a comment on the remake.
Well, I'll tell you, the remake they got 15 mil to make it,
Okay.
which is kind of crazy to think about, because it's like I'm like kind of like, why'd they need 15 million? It's not like that, that.
Yeah, I mean it's well
intense.
put together, I guess. But yeah, it's like
yeah, no, it looks great, but just like weren't we just talking about?
It's got big
like
actors.
Altered was 8 million, and I feel like they could have made this movie for 8 million. But anyways, I mean 15, whatever.
Yeah,
it's not that crazy. I wish that movies were made for 15 million.
They probably only did because Wes Craven is a producer on it, and they just will give him more money because it's like he's got stock. And honestly, the remake, the Hills Have Eyes remake from a couple years previous, which cost way more, was a much larger budget. I don't remember what it was, but it was probably closer to like 20 or 30.
I think it was like 30. I thought it was like 30. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
remember.
right. And I mean, there's obviously a lot more going on in that requires a budget. But so whoever gave Wes Craven the money is like, hey, you want to give me $15 million to remake this movie too? And the studios are probably like, yeah, that's a bargain. And then they probably are like, hell yeah, we're getting all paid, boys. On my old IP when I made this as a dumb college student, pretty much.
I know, really though. Yeah, it made 46 million. So I mean,
that's
people,
pretty decent. Yeah.
It was getting some meat in the seats.
Oh.
And we have 3 movies to talk about, FYI.
Oh, sorry. About the remake, Competitive Bat says, 5831 says, so this was the original one that I had seen. My favorite changes were the more violence against the criminal perpetrators, as well as making the son more of a complex character involved in the story. I enjoyed that his father seems to actually care about him and only really turns when his son pulls the trigger. What I disliked was the direction the criminals took compared to the original. In the original, they were sadistic and sick and didn't really care who they hurt. In this one, felt more targeted in a could have they just let them leave way. I read that weird. You know what I mean? I think, but I flip-flop. I didn't like the daughter surviving as it less incentive to get revenge. Sadly, I think Krug's actor was a large step down. I agree with everything except for the Krug bit. I like the actor.
Oh no, and I disagree. I mean,
I like her surviving too. I think I prefer her dying, maybe, but that's a toss-up.
I like her surviving.
It's a smart
I think
choice.
that like
Again,
them bringing her into the home and the dad's like, oh, I'm touching like your rape blood, like, and he's like, well, that's not.
That's the name of your metal band.
I know, really though. It's like he's like this makes me upset. I think
that was good. It was a good break too.
To be
it
violent.
does. Well, and there's more. You ratchets up the tension instead of just like it's just like, oh, there's the necklace like that. I don't know. It's the original one is like, it's cool, it's chaotic, it's vibes. But the second one is much more competently written. You know what I mean? It's like the son, all the characters have more complex motivations. They're more characters. They're not just like crazy unhinged 2D cartoons. The like son leaving the necklace was like more deliberate, more of an agonizing choice. The fucking them bringing the daughter in the house added another element of like discovery to the scenes that like potentially like the tension, like I don't know, the writing is a lot more smart for how simple the movie is. You know what I mean? It's like a very simple type of movie, but it's smart. It's smartly done, I think. I don't know.
But there's a lot more moving pieces in the remake
that
work
really though.
Well.
Yeah.
And that is impressive. That's why I'm like that's why I think I like the remake more. But I think that the original, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I know as an audience member, he's wearing the necklace that she had, but that necklace is a peace sign.
That's it. I know.
From 1972. So I'm just kind of like, how'd you know it was hurt your daughters?
I know.
But then it's almost kind of like a slap in the face because the mom sees the necklace And then literally, the next scene, she's standing in the hallway, and they go, "We fucking raped and murdered your daughters, these guys' daughters, and I can't believe we raped and murdered them, and we did it again, and we'll do it again because we're gonna find her corpse and do it again." And like the mom goes, "Oh,"
I know.
I just kind of it really became that kind of I was like, yeah, but like overhears them in like the silliest way. I don't. Anyway,
Right. Well, the tension, it's like
fine.
she's got to hide the picture, and then like the kid saw the picture in the remake and everything. It's like,
right.
It's all there, but like for how, it's like on the surface, like obviously because the original one is not written really. It does feel like they're just like,
and that's the thing. It feels.
Let's get crazy.
I bet it's a treatment. It
100%.
feels like the
like
1970s. You just wrote a 45-page treatment, and then you went and shot a movie, and that was, it's beautiful. 100%. There's magic to it.
It is.
I love it, but it's like,
and historically, because I feel like the remake is maybe like underrated. It's like not really remembered, but it's a well done thriller horror. And the original one I really like because it's got it's historic to the genre. You know what I mean? It's like it's a classic.
Yeah.
It's Wes Craven's first movie. It's like kind of really sparked off like that kind of subgenre. I don't know. They're both good. So I'm glad that was a good. I feel like that was a good call on my behalf.
Well,
picking those movies.
The next movie was.
Damn it, Levi, you're good.
I know. Yeah, great. Yeah, good list. But the next film though, which is hilarious because it's riding off the tide of these two movies.
I put it there specifically. As like the relief valve of the last two movies. I'm like, it might be a bit much.
There's absolutely zero rape in this movie.
No rape blood in Halloweentown.
I am so happy. Yeah.
Which I don't know. Caliban. He gives me vibes.
I guess that's true. He does. No, he's definitely like Robo vibes for sure.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Right. The mayor, but This is a nostalgic classic for me personally. I remember going to my grandmother's home and watching it on like a TV the size of my laptop,
Yeah.
I'm like, but like the size of my laptop on the screen, but then the
back end is like a small car. Yeah,
exactly. It looks like the IBM computers that's against the wall. That's what it looks like. But
I know. It's weird. I have nostalgia for this movie, but I only remember watching it because I know I didn't have Disney Channel. Either, and it's like, you'd have to see it at your grandma's because I know you didn't. And I swear to God, the first time I saw it was in elementary school, like at school, like the week of Halloween. They like rolled out the big old fucking stand with the TV on it, and they're like, "Let's watch Halloweentown."
Those are good days.
And then I definitely watched it, like on VHS at some point too, as a kid. And my wife is not a Disney adult at all. She doesn't even like Disney movies, especially she hates all animation. So, but let me just say, she does love Disney Channel original movies. Because of the nostalgia. So I did watch Halloweentown like a couple years ago without children with my wife. Well, I was on my phone or something, but it's like, right. It's still, it's fun. It's such the least offensive. It's literally, it's great.
It's the
exact opposite.
I'm watching
it's the least offensive.
Right. It's the least offensive. And watching it now, I'm like, oh, this, like, I saw like Exorcist at a very young age, and I saw this like right before that. I probably saw Exorcist when I was like, no, probably around the same time, honestly. But anyways, it's just like this movie. I remember liking it so much because when they get to Halloweentown, like I didn't remember anything about the plot, but I remember the grandma's a cutie and the
animatronic skeleton cab driver,
skeleton
or whatever
cab driver. Greatest bit. It's just amazing. I just remember him, and I remember even as a child being like, this skeleton's so expressive. How is his bones are so, they move so much.
I was still feeling that now. I'm
smiles.
like, that is a top tier animatronic dude, like puppet.
Dude, it's really good. No, and it's like, it's great. And I love how they do the bit where it's like, it's an animatronic, like from Disneyland.
Yeah.
They got him. But
look in the camera if he had eyes.
Yeah, but that was fun. But we were watching it this time, and I'm like, man, Halloweentown looks low budget. Like it looks like,
yeah, dude.
It literally looks like it's some like aftermarket costumes of people just walking around in the background.
They just like reuse the same, like they're like just use that mask is not in this shot, just use it in another shot, which is fine, I guess.
No, It's fine. I don't. Who cares? But it was funny because I'm like, there are haunted houses now that I go to that have more characters.
Yeah,
in
dude,
than
for
this
sure.
movie. It was kind of weird. Like I was like, oh, but I mean, as a child, the
And this is
magic
like
was in the air. It
there
was real.
are
Like,
other like Disney Channel original movies that I'm sure like everyone's got their own or whatever, but at least in my limited knowledge, have not being one of those people, this always seemed like this and like Luck of the Irish or something is like the Disney Channel original movies. And so going back and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is pretty dumpy looking. But it's fine.
This is probably one of the most
like high school kids doing makeup like.
Yeah, right. And this is the most kid-friendly film I think we've ever watched for Horrortober.
I did
even though
pick
we've done
I always
a lot
try
of kids films.
Yeah, I always try to do a kids one. It was between this and Addams Family, and I was going to do Addams Family because I prefer it, but I gave it up. And Mary's like, "No, let's watch Halloweentown to see how the kids like it." And I watch it with my kids, and it's funny because it's like I watched, Night of the Living Dead remake with them. I watched Tremors with them the other day. We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
So they did not give a fuck about Halloweentown. They're like, Dad.
Really?
They're like, they watched like part of it, and they're like, this is boring. And I'm like, you're boring. Look at him. He's an evil.
Dude.
He's an evil fucking. She's a witch. Ooh, and she's like, this isn't even scary. I thought it was Horrortober, you fucking pussy, Dad. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, she grabbed you by the collar. And just like put on the gore, father. But
this isn't Wishmaster.
The first I know, right? Well, the first 25 minutes of this before they get to Halloweentown, I'm just like, how would I watch this? Like kids, dude, we had a different attention span when we were kids because I was like, I can't see trying to get a normal child to watch this nowadays. It's the most boring exposition dump in the world. I'm like, this is so
I had to bring
dumb.
it back when they get to the theater or like Calabar or whatever, when he's like showing his evil side and he's basically just like, just the very classic cartoon, like, I'm evil, and he looks exactly like the mayor, too. And you're like, gee, I wonder who that guy is.
I know he does. With, like, green paint on his face. Like,
he's like, I'm super evil, and I'm going to take over the world. And I tried, my son was like, ah! And then they just, like, ran around and pretended like they were monsters. And I'm like, but the movie, watch, she's a witch. Oh, they're going to use... Emma did like it when they came together as a family and used their witch power to overcome evil, though. She did. She tuned back in for that moment, and
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's the power of community.
This movie does everything you need it to do. It's exactly what you needed to do. It's fucking 70 minutes or whatever. Like
exactly. I was gonna say it's like an hour 20, dude. It wraps up things so succinctly and quickly and beautifully. Yeah. It's great. Like I'm like, I don't know. I mean, you could probably trim another 15 minutes off the front, but
yeah, right.
That's just literally like
in Halloweentown. You don't gotta have that fucking nerd brother being like questioning everything all the time.
How many are there? There's like 7 of these movies, I think. So
there's at least 4 because I know that one of our high school teachers was in the 4th one.
Oh hell yeah! Oh wait, there is only I think there's just 4, huh?
You never had Christopher Robin, did you? Did you ever have him?
1, 2, 3. Oh, it's Halloween High and Return to Halloweentown. No, Chris, I don't remember. No, I'm ringing a bell.
Christopher Robin. I don't remember. Like, he was one of the actor teachers. That's his name.
I was gonna say, and
he was cool.
Where did he live?
Yeah, right.
Some sort of woods.
100-acre woods. Yeah. He probably lived in his car behind East Hollywood. Honestly,
probably still does. Yeah, but.
Anyway,
that's where you're gonna live soon enough, dude.
He was very excited about his role in Halloweentown 4, so yeah, probably. Probably.
I'm like, hell yeah, dude. More power to him. I'd be excited too.
I am gonna live there soon enough. Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
I don't have anything else to say about Halloweentown.
Is there a red? I don't know. It's a classic kids movie.
It's fine.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
like in that sense,
it's
like
totally
what
good.
It does.
It's competently made. Like, honestly, the kid actors, like, they really swing for it, which that is the one good thing about Disney Channel original movies too. It's like, even though there's probably plenty of abuse behind the scenes.
I don't want to know. Yeah, I do not want to know how traumatized those girls are.
For kids, by kids is what it feels like, and I'm there for it. And it's wholesome. You know what I mean? Really? On the surface. It feels very wholesome. I don't want to hear the horror stories. But, like, the main actress girl, she gives it her all, you know? And I was like, oh, dude, this chick is, like, I had to look it up because I'm like, she says like, I'm almost 13. She's like, I'm 13 going on 14. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I'm like, this chick's way too tall. She's like 20. And I looked it up and she was only like 14 or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Like that feel like, I mean, like she's giving it her all, you know, it's good for them. I don't know. It's nice. And the grandma, obviously, the grandma's dope. The fucking fugly kid that was on the bad side just because, you know, he just wants to fit in.
Oh
basically.
yeah, I know
when
when the
good messaging.
like, yeah, when that like curse wears off or whatever, you know, and he's ugly again. I'm like, and she's like, oh, you're nice. Yeah, I'm like she's not gonna kiss your fucking schnoz, dude.
No. He's probably the villain in the sequel, man. He, like,
I know, oh, that's true. Probably
getting rejected.
Yeah, becomes an incel.
Yeah. That's what I want. This is Halloweentown incel. He's fucking kidnapped.
But he's on 4chan. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he plans to kidnap her from her. Like, she works at like the neighborhood burger joint.
Yeah,
he just kidnaps her. And he's like, I'll send you to Halloweentown.
Yeah. Anyway, so I got to read the Paul Fitz says, never saw this as a kid. Just watched it for the first time last week with my own children. We all thoroughly enjoyed it. It has that cozy Halloween vibe that's missing from a lot of more recent releases. And I think that totally just nails it. It's a cozy, it's not a horror movie, it's a Halloween movie. It is a very...
Right.
It's not a horror movie for kids. It is a Halloween movie specifically. It's a movie made for the holiday.
On Halloween. Like, it would have been... It is like it's a very Halloween movie.
Next week, I didn't even mean to do it this way necessarily, but next week's is like, feels like all like kind of like classics, you know? I don't know. You got your Freddy, you got Chucky. So yeah, thank you for that. Also, Avery5712 says, it's such a nostalgic movie. It's silly and cheesy by design. It's just a couple kids going on a romp through a wacky world and dealing with the most domesticated version of Halloween mascots. Debbie Reynolds is definitely the standout here. She's the grandma any kid would want, and you root for her in the same way you root for Dumbledore or Gandalf. There's such a warmth to this movie, it's hard to explain. Maybe it's just the color palette, but it feels like they were truly trying to make a fun adventure for kids. Also, Benny the animatronic is really cool and is even better in the future ones. Oh, good to know. Good to know. I need some more.
Oh,
Benny.
okay.
Thank you.
I would imagine that they keep him. Yeah, they keep him going. I know. Yeah, it's great. It is. It's a great little Halloween film. It was. I didn't. The Money Minute is like it was $4 million is like what I could find. They were like really keeping it under wraps. Yeah. And then there's no box office. It's made for Disney, so you know they don't tell you. Whatever.
And, I mean, it's shot on
Disney,
film
Disney
too.
Makes,
you know, which I think that adds a lot to the vibe.
Yeah,
it's very
that gives it the warmth.
Soft old film that's like whatever they use the same camera on the back lot all the time. You know, it's good. It works out.
It looks good. I can't. Yeah, Disney's doing all right for themselves, so I think they're they're fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll probably never get movies like this because Disney Channel, like everything's digital and looks so clean and crispy and fake now.
Yeah.
And I don't even say now, like I'm old and everything, which I mean, yes, but it's like shortly thereafter. I mean, they switched to digital as soon as possible. So like mid 2000s, everything was crisp and when everything like you old, all you millennials out there, you remember when everything switched to HD. You know what I mean? In the mid 2000s,
yes.
It like flipped the switch and everything switched to HD. That's how it is, and it's like that's fine, you know. But you do this movie. I feel like the sequels, probably look like butt because they're all like crisp digital, like the mid 2000s ones, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, High School the Musical made money, and so they're just like, that's all we're gonna do.
Hell
from now on, and shoot movies like that where it's like they just
Well, I mean, the guy from High School Musical now is like, oh no, he hasn't won his Oscar yet.
Well,
he will though. Efron, he'll win.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
One day. He's good. I mean, come on.
Go
listen to the Dragon Claw. What is it?
Yeah, Iron Fist.
Iron
Claw. Iron Claw, right?
Yeah. Anyway, shut up.
Yeah.
The next movie.
We've got two more to talk about.
We'll got it. We're under.
I know, right? This film,
The Dark and the Wicked.
I watched The Dark and the Wicked. Thank you. This was the third. So I watched the 2009 Last House on the Left. Then I watched Halloweentown. then like an hour later, I watched The Dark and the Wicked.
That's a good sandwich, just
all in one day. Yeah, but The Dark and the Wicked, I felt that pace.
You'd seen it before, though, right? Hadn't you seen this before?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah, but
apparently.
you said you
Dude,
like had
it
forgotten
was
it.
so
though, yeah.
it was so funny because you were like, "Oh yeah, I saw your letterbox," and I was like, "Oh my god," because I during the movie, watching the movie, there's a scene where like he's in the like sheep they own. It's like a sheep farm and stuff. The plot is like these two children have to come take care of their parents who are elderly and their father's on bed rest because he's dying, and they have to come take care of their like small family farm, like a sheep farm. And
like the first day,
that's all it is. It's like
mom's wacky. First day
it's like
she's
a
there,
week.
she fucking kills herself. It's like like a week.
Right.
Weird supernatural
Right.
stuff's happening. They find her journal and they're like,
Yeah, it's
demons
all-
are trying to eat my soul. And then
yeah, and like
fake
demons are like
reverend
whispering
shows
to
up.
their dad
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's very just like it's very occulty /
honestly,
devilly.
The setup is very good, but the
setup is so good.
The setup is great,
God,
but the payoff
we
is
both
butt, dude.
Yeah,
shit from
we'll,
a butt.
We'll get there. We'll get there because I have two suggestions for the ending that I think would have just like been a lot more succinct. But I saw the scene where he's in the thing and his mom. So the mom kills themselves at the beginning, and then the mom kind of shows up, and the son is more afflicted by the mom's vision than the daughter. The daughter's really afflicted by her dad's vision, and so anyhow, he sees the mom in like the sheep place, and she like walks through this like. I don't know. They have like it's kind of this like
It's like a noise
it almost
trap.
looks like
Kinda.
it's a noise trap, but then you're kind of like expecting you're kind of like, oh, is it supposed to be like a ward? Is it supposed to like keep the sheep safe or something? But anyways, the mom comes like breaking through it and it like scares her, and I was like, oh, I've seen this movie. I didn't remember it at all. I was like, oh, I remember this scene. I'm like, did I like watch this? I might have just watched like the first hour and then have just been like, oh, I'll put a letterbox on it. I get the gist.
Well,
but anyhow,
yeah, because it's like it really, it's the atmosphere is fucking there, and like the
it's so
practical
good.
effects
That's the thing.
and some of the shots.
Out of those, that was what I was
the
saying.
first,
Out of
like,
those 3
40
movies I
the
watched,
first like 40 minutes, like
yes, it's so good, and like I wanted it so bad. I just have to say one thing real quick though. You know what really bothers me? Why do they do this when it's not a big deal, but the poster that never happens in the movie.
yeah, you get her floating a bit, but
I know, but she floats like 2 feet off the ground, and it's like a vision. I wanted I thought this was going to be more witch-esque.
I thought that's how it was going to end. I
she's
thought the
real,
poster, as it went along, I
know.
thought the poster was spoiling it, and I was like, because I was thinking about because the poster's good, and so I was
this is
like,
really good.
I hate it when it's kind of like how the poster for like Wreck
Or
is like the
or
end
trailers.
of the movie, like it's like the last shot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
I
But
hate
when
that.
trailers show scenes, and you're like, "Oh, that's a cool," you're like, "I wonder how that scene ties in," and then it's not in the movie, and
don't
you're like,
do
"Oh,
it,
okay."
yeah.
Yeah.
That is annoying. Yeah, because it's like that would have been cool to see. Because I mean, her floating off the ground, totally cool. The visuals
cool.
are nice and atmospheric, and the pace starts like it's a slow pace, but it's like an earned, like steady.
It is.
brooding,
Well, and it's the lighting,
daunting,
the lighting's beautiful.
cinematography's
Yeah.
the cinematography's
Yes.
really good. But then it's just like doesn't really like I don't know. It's like after the Reverend stuff, it doesn't really do anything with it. Like the Reverend is cool, but then it just kind of drops it, and then she like calls him and is like, "I've never even heard of you. I live in fucking Kansas or whatever."
I know. Yeah.
And then
Right, which actually works for me. I like that.
No,
It's
that's
yeah.
fine. It's fine,
Right.
but it's just like everything
But-
like that kind of it's everything just kind of peters out. And I knew I was watching it with Mary, and when it cuts to like the family friend, and he's like in his trailer, and then the ghost is like, "I'm gonna get you to kill yourself too."
Yeah.
She's like, "Why is this in the movie?" And I'm like, "They just need to have a kill, I guess, because it's like."
Right.
Why are we even watching any of it from his perspective? Honestly, like you know what I mean? It's like that
Yeah.
doesn't matter
Well,
at all.
I know. Right. That doesn't give us anything for our characters. That
I mean,
was
it gives
stupid.
me as an audience
then-
like, oh, a spooky, violent death scene,
and
which sure,
Well, and like when the daughter shows up,
you're losing
that.
it.
So
You're losing the thread.
I like when the daughter shows up to tell them that he died. I do like that. I like introducing her and kind of like this.
But she's like
'cause
not
it's
even real.
She's
you know,
she's a stranger. But that's the thing. I know that's what I
it,
mean.
it
It's
just
like,
fizzles.
this is
Same
one
with
of
the it all just kind of like
It-
fizzles. Like
this
it
is like
just
where-
yeah.
I wanted them it's like I wanted it to be real. I wanted it to be like it was a cult doing it and not just their brains getting tricked by the demon devil / devil.
Yeah,
Like
it-
it was
It keeps
silly.
it.
But then the sheep. dying was really confusing because
Yeah.
that was real. That was like
That was
happened. There
cool
was only
because
5
it
left.
kept escalating. It feels like those kind of movies where
Yes.
it's just like
Right.
it's escalating, it keeps going, and you're like, oh shit, and then obviously what happens. I actually really liked because I was starting to check out, and I was like, oh man, like where's this going? Like it's kind of like not doing anything with the setup is so good, but it's like not doing anything with it. And then the brother's like, you know what? I'm piecing the fuck out, which I'm like, oh great, like it's a dick move to ditch his sister, but like it's like a logical thing
It's
where
rational.
it's just like,
Yeah.
how do I keep writing this character to stay here? I don't. He leaves, and him going back, and then it's like, oh, you never got away, and he sees his dead family and kills himself, only to realize that was a vision, and then
But then, like 6 seconds later, they walk into
Yeah.
the door, and it's one of those things where like
I like it in
like that with
theory. I don't love the
Yeah.
execution, but like it's fine. But that felt like another thing that's just like, it's evil, bro. And I don't know, like it feels like there's never any payoff. And then the ending just ends like it feels like, oh, it wants your dad's body. This demon wants your dad's body so he can like fucking, it can hereditary back into him or whatever. He's payment one from the Kings of Hell or whatever it is. You know what I mean? The demon that's in there. Because there's some tense scenes, when like she's in the bed and you see the thing over on her dad or whatever. But and then he just
right. And how it's shot is beautiful. Yeah,
he just like gets possessed and sits up, and then it like ends on that, which is like, in theory, it's fine, but that feels like that was the start of the climax. Like it was building up. That's what it was building up to. Is like, oh, it's gonna come back. And then you're going to get like this crazy, like last, like how I hate to compare it to like A24, but you're going to get like the last 5 minutes of The Witch. That's when you're going to get the floating, like a big bombastic ending, but it's just like, dude, done. And then I was just like pissed.
That was so frustrating because like the pace of this movie, it had like jump scares in it. Clearly,
yeah.
I think that
but
they were all well earned.
But the atmosphere was so tight that like you're.
Yeah. And so my two alternate endings, which in my headcanon would work a lot better, is I really, really, really hate when people use the week schedule of a film to structure it by like, having it be starts on Monday or whatever. And it's a bad payoff. Like I like that structure because it almost kind of lives in vignettes, where you're like, this is what's happening on.
Well, it's the escalation too, because like you say, it's
like
like Thursday, it's like the sheep or whatever, and you're like, oh shit,
right. And and then it goes to Sunday, and Sunday's when the movie ends, and it made me so frustrated because I'm like, okay, and it ends on Sunday, and it just, it's a movie that didn't need to be a cliffhanger. This is a movie that's like supposed to resolve, and it doesn't have to resolve like now I'm the king of demons and I live in hell or whatever.
I don't need answers. It could stay ambiguous, but the
it's
whole
like,
pacing is like slow and like building up and ramping.
And
to end on that.
So how it should have ended,
blue balls,
is
man.
It cuts to it can do the same exact ending how it does. The dad grabs her, cuts to black, and then it like shows a wide shot of the house and it says Monday, and then it has like a cop car pull up or somebody pull up, go inside, and the dad's gone and just the daughter's in the bed with white eyes or something.
That'd be good. I thought you were gonna say it cuts to black and then she wakes up and she's paralyzed and in her head in a microwave. That's what I was expecting. Which would be better. Yeah.
I think, dude, you know what? Every single movie should end with the main character's head in a microwave. That'd be pretty cool.
No, that is the better ending where it like comes back around and it's just like you don't need to see it, but you get that blow off
or even the blow off. But then also you could do the A24 version, would kind of like which would it be really cool if she was in bed with her dad and the thing's there and it's like she's scared, but then the dad has the white eyes and then she's sitting there and she's like petrified and she's looking at something and it's all negative space and you're like freaked out, and then everybody who died in the movie walks in and they kind of like Rosemary Baby her and like kind of just slowly walk in around her with like wide eyes. They're all like everyone's possessed and they're all just looking at her and the music like goes and then it cuts to black. That'd been great. Something
Anything.
Like that where you get a little bit like I needed that. Yeah, I needed the blow off valve because like the dad just grabbing her. I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. What did like? It's like this is a movie that needs you have to give a valve because the
And-
whole movie's been this like let
Yeah,
off. It's
yeah.
been letting the steam
And
off.
to be clear, we're not asking for answers. You know what I mean? I don't need. This is not the kind of
No,
movie
that's the
where I
thing.
need
No,
answers,
this-
but I do
Yeah.
need, and not even resolution, but I require satisfaction because it's like they're having so much. I don't know. There's so many things that could have changed because like that's the thing that bummed me out. I realized I was getting frustrated is when it cut to the other guy who's barely in it to show him. They just like tried to force him in. And he's on his trailer, like, bring him back to the farm. Like bring him there. Like, don't bring me into his perspective. I don't give a fuck about his story because it's not about him. And it's like it
Well,
never
and that
was.
makes me mad
and you're
because
not adding
if the
anything by
demon-
doing that. Like, I don't know. Other than
if
just
the demon
having
can
a
leave
death
this
scene.
farm, right? You're adding a death scene, and then you're adding a complication to your movie.
Yeah.
If the demon can leave this farm, then what are we doing here? go to
well-
the city. Why isn't he? Why isn't he a demon?
Well, I know,
He's
like,
demoning
that's
up
why-
the town.
That's
You know,
why
don't know,
I
you know,
thought
it's
it was going to be like the brother like drives and he drives all night and he gets home or whatever. Because I was like, oh, like he's got out. But then I'm like, no, he didn't get out. But then I was also like, so was he like infected with it? I thought it was going to cut and he was like still there. Like he was like
Right.
still like him going home was the vision. And he's just like on the side of a road, like fucking in his truck off a cliff or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess that's
right,
the thing.
right.
It's just like
Yeah.
there's never any satisfying payoffs in this. And
And-
while I
and that's
was
what's funny,
watching
it's
it, it wasn't so bad. But the more I thought about it afterwards, I was
Yeah.
like, man, I got gypped. Like I feel like I got fucking
Yeah.
gypped. Like this was close to being good. And I think
I know, it's so close.
if the opening like third wasn't so strong, I probably wouldn't feel that strongly about how let down I was. I'd just be like, yeah, it was mediocre, whatever. But I'm like pissed because I'm like, man, I was so on board. Like she's like chopping her fingers and literally I even asked them like, how did she hang herself? And then like 10 minutes later, they're like,
Yeah.
how did she hang
Yeah.
herself? There was
There was-
nothing there. And
yeah,
I'm like,
there's-
oh yeah,
Right.
cool. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Right. And I thought they would do that more. I thought they would I thought that like they would kind of not. I don't need them teaming up and being like, we're gonna figure this out, but like ask more questions and be. I don't know. They just like this. The daughter was like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of putz around still. I don't know.
yeah, which is fine because it's like they are those kind of characters. Like they're not like even Mary's like, oh yeah, these guys don't know how to communicate at all, which is fine. You don't have to show that, but it's like it would be good to like have some type of something at the end. Like if it's not them having growth, like because they don't, like the brother just ditches her and everything, which is fine. But it's just like I don't know. I feel like it just
Well,
veers.
it's like
It
the-
veers. It doesn't.
the, like-
I feel like it didn't know how to end, so it just ended. You know?
Yeah, and it introducing like real real characters that existed that killed themselves and then not. It's like one of those things where like the more I think about it, I'm like, it got a little like convoluted in itself. Like
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of like yeah, it's like it's a bummer because I'm just like I wish that it was just kidding. I wish
Yeah,
that everybody
when
in
the
it was
when the
real
daughter
entity.
the daughter showed
Yeah.
up, I was like, okay, this is an interesting foil. And then he's like, just kidding, I'm just the demon tormenting you some more. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. Like honestly, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. It just doesn't, and then it just doesn't do anything. Like it's just driving her crazy.
Right. And I kept the entire movie. I kept being like, what the fuck does the demon want with these pieces of shit? Like, what is this? What kind of?
He
like,
wants your
if
father's
I was
body.
getting-
like why?
Why? I'm like, if
It's
if
not
he was
Oliver
trying to possess
Reed.
me, I'd be like, what are you doing? What are we doing here, bud? Like,
What
what
is-
am I?
what?
You want to be a podcaster? Like, go for it. You could do your own. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're a demon, man. Like, you convinced that woman to kill herself. Like, you're good, man. What do you need this frail old body for?
I almost just read your comment on that. I was like, who's this? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, don't
Just
be spilling my
listen.
secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, give us a. It was a. This was. There was no. So it's funny. This director.
It's like a Shutter original, right? Like
did-
Shutter bought it.
Yeah, exactly. So I couldn't find a. It was probably like $5 million. He did a movie before this, and it was like $6 million, and then he did a movie after, and it was $10 million. So this probably lived somewhere in between that.
What
you know,
movies?
I would imagine, or so. It's like,
I'm gonna have to look this up.
anyways.
Because
I really
again,
couldn't find it.
I feel like there's potential here. Like I would be interested. There's potential.
I want to watch his other movie. He did.
That's why
he did
I'm
that movie
upset.
Like,
It's because it's the
did
the
like,
missed potential that frustrates me.
Monster. I know, dude. It like, God, it really could have been. And that's the thing. I'm like, it was so close because it really did. It had that front half that was like amazing. And so.
All right, I'm gonna read a Reddit while you see.
Oh yeah, he did The Monster, and he directed The Strangers, which I'm like
the original
okay.
Strangers because they remade that shit.
Yeah. Oh no, the 2008.
Oh, okay, because they remade it in like 2019 or whatever.
Oh really?
Yeah, they rebooted the franchise, and because now there's The Strangers Part 1 and The Strangers Part 2, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Sorry, and they're doing a chapter 2 came out this year and apparently it sucked, which obviously it sucked because Strangers 2 from the original series is pretty dope. Not that great, but it's pretty cool. I'm putting that on next year.
He directed a movie called The Monster, which I wanted to see, and so now I'm like, okay. It's an A24.
Okay. Let's see. Who do we go with? I feel like I didn't read Competitive Bat's comment. Let's see what he's got to say. So he says, for a 90-minute or so movie, this was a slog and a half. I thought it had a lot of promise. It failed to deliver on, honestly. Everything stayed at a creepy vibe, but never quite went over that hurdle to horror for me. I did enjoy much of the cinematography and the way they did some of the shots. I did enjoy the way that the entity seemed to get a kick out of torturing the brother and sister by wearing different people's skins when interacting with them, especially the priest, as it highlighted that it didn't suffer from weaknesses other entities might. It was on hallowed ground at the funeral, Yeah, that's true, but that's all it did. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the thing, because
I know
the priest was cool, but then it's just like, it was a big nothing burger. I thought there was going to be like an other style twist when she calls on the phone and he's like, why are you messing with me? That's the name of my dead daughter. And I'm like, oh, is she dead all along? She's a fucking ghost and they're in hell, And I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were supposed to. I feel like this feels like a first draft, sort of. Is kind of what I'm getting with this.
This feels like a COVID movie. So
yeah, I'm going to read just because I don't remember what he said exactly, but I'm going to read Clones of People 2's comment as well. Because I feel like he was more positive about it, so I'm going to try and refresh and see what he has to say. So, he says, first watch, never heard of this. I liked the vibe, nice pacing, good cinematography, and uneasy score. I found that although it felt like not much was happening, I was engaged. On the negative side, I think it could have been fleshed out a bit more. The scenario itself felt a bit bare. More lore would improve the story and deeper characters. The preacher's daughter and the nurse, their parts would have been better if they were... Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about the nurse. We're familiar with them. But I think there was more good here. It kept me on my toes, gave me a few jump scares, and I found it creepy. A good 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. All right.
Right. Yeah. I know the nurse was like one of those, like, she was just like death fodder, and then also like she was real. So that's where I'm like
you just reminded me. I almost got in a fight with my wife over this movie. She was just complaining. She's like, they don't send doctors to your house. I'm like, yes, they fucking do. And
they do.
They do. But she was like, fighting me on it. And then she was also like, what's this nurse? Like, how are they paying for this like live-in nurse? I'm like, I know. You're right though. Like that is like,
no, don't even get me started. Oh, I wanted to say also
not live-in, but she's there like 10 hours a day. Or
right. Yeah, dude, that's such a. What is your wife gonna be doing that? Your wife does something very similar to what.
That's what she was saying too. She's like, these nurses, they get in and they get the fuck out. They don't hang out with you because nobody's paying for that shit. Like,
yeah. Oh, that's true. No, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
if she is like a paid nurse, like a privately paid nurse, she would. But again, who's paying for this? Nobody. They're obviously make a point that they're destitute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which also, why possess this guy? They're fucking.
I know. That's. Oh my god! Don't even get me started.
He wants the sheep. He wants the sheep.
I know. What is the demon? I'm just like, the demon is super strong and powerful. Why are you? What, you killed the woman? Like, I don't know. Anyways, you've killed many people. Anyways, you can't possess this old man. Anyways, so we just watched this film, The Dark and the Wicked, and there's a bunch of sheep that die, and it looks awful in my opinion. Like the CG is terrible.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get they couldn't do one shot where it's like a real
give me the ginger snaps, right? The ginger snaps like dog,
right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even you just did 100% CG and it looked pretty muddled.
Only for like the big shot. They have like a prop when they're throwing them in the fire, but it still looked kind of like weird.
Oh yeah, when he threw that in the fire was pretty funny actually. I forgot.
Yeah.
He fucking hugs that pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyways, but that's like really dark lit. Anyways,
yeah.
My good heavens. The next film we're watching,
No
the final
fat.
film this week, is Tremors.
Yeah.
And there's dead sheep in Tremors, spoiler, and they look great. And I'm just
They
like,
do.
this movie was shot in the 90s. This movie is like, wait, what's that math? Oh, God. That's like 20 years plus 10, 30 years old. It's like 30 years ago, they just used real sheep dummies, and they looked a million times better. And so, I don't know.
Well, this movie,
I don't know. What are we doing here?
Tremors had a lot more going on, honestly. Because so, let me preface: that was the final movie, right? That was the one we voted on. It was the monster movie.
Right.
It won the poll, and I'm glad it won.
It's our final. It's our final vote of the
final
month,
vote.
right?
Yeah. So thank you for everyone that voted. You guys are great.
Thanks, guys.
I'm glad Tremors won because I actually never seen Tremors. It's one of those movies where I've
it's a
seen
great rewatch. Yeah.
I know what it is. I've seen like a scene from it, like when I was a kid. My dad watched it, but I never like actually watched it. But I watched this with my kids because I was like, how offensive can it be? You know, it's Tremors. And they fucking hang during Night of the Living Dead. And they watched this whole thing and they really liked it. Like Emma was starting to get bored because they do spend. The first like 25 minutes
they
is
get
like
trapped a lot.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning too is just she's like nothing scary's happening, and I'm like, just you wait. There's monsters underground apparently. Because
it's not scary at all.
No,
the
it's
slightest,
like it's like a screwball. Well, it's like a screwball comedy characters where it's like these two fucking handymen, and they're like, we're finally gonna get out of this town, and then they can't.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's got moments of thrilling, like when there'd be like shit jumping out of the ground, like when that guy and his wife get eaten, and then it eats the car, and then when they find, I got my kids with a good scream because every time we're watching a horror movie and something scary happens, I scream to scare them, too.
Yeah, right.
And so
right.
When they're like, "What happened to the sheep?" and they pick up the hat and the dude's head is just there, I was like, "Ah!"
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
Stuff like that, but like they were thrilled by it, and they're like, "Oh, it's intense!" Like they were like the monsters, but they're like, "Oh, look at them pole vaulting, like that's fun," It was a good time. I mean, I honestly had a blast with this, and not just because I watched it with them, but it's just like,
dude, it's a romp.
It's the mark.
Sure.
It's all I like a good all daylight. Like it's
Yes.
horror adjacent, but it's definitely like actiony comedy siege movie.
It's the monster.
It's a good
It's a
monster
definitive monster movie.
It's a great
Jaws.
monster movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like I love God, I love all the practical bits where it's like the jackhammer gets like pulled across.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I love it. Like I love the fact that like at any minute somebody's gonna get grabbed and like pulled around or like, and it's like I love all the like through the town whenever it's like traveling and it like hits like a fence post or it hits like a barrel.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
You can just tell it's like a piston, like
Yeah,
it's
piston,
like an
or
air-powered
like
piston.
some guy with like a fucking like a fishing line,
Yeah, right. Pulling it, just like so you can watch it travel. Like it's cute because you can see how it's made, and God, that's like
it's cute.
We're old
It's
folks
thrilling.
because we love practical, so it is thrilling. And like the thing coming out like whipping around, its little snaky mouth is it's fun. It's like it gets a little. There's some times in this movie though where I'm like, they've been stuck on something for a long time. Like I know that's the bit. I know that's like the whole point. But it's like they kept just they were stuck on a rock.
The thing that gets me,
like, all right,
is
we're
they're
gonna
like
get stuck on this.
so often they're like, man, we don't plan nothing. We really ought to start planning stuff. And then so they keep like, and I appreciate
they're cute.
They keep trying to like problem solve their scenarios to get out of them, kind of, and be like, all right, if we weren't idiots, what would we do? And they eventually kind of do get there. They're like, oh, maybe if we get that giant tractor, it can't get us. And it's like very, very dumb plans that like I guess work, but like it took you so long.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just funny because it's like they keep being like, yeah, planning, and then they make a plan that doesn't account for like 5 minutes after that. Like they're like, we're gonna go we're gonna ride this tractor out of here, yay! And then they just get stranded on boulders like immediately after.
I do like how like
it's fun.
Self-aware the movie is. They definitely know that it's like those guys, and they're it's a great. I mean, this is coming out of the like 80s with like just you've got.
It's just
the greatest, like,
screwball
buddies,
enough. The music was pissing me off because it was a little too just like like just early 90s like oh boy, like I don't know, like I felt like there was gonna be a weird fucking Roadrunner scene or something, and there practically is when he's like stampedes him when he actually uses his brain and gets him to fly out of the cliff. It's fun. Like I don't know, it's a lot of fun.
Right.
The practical effects were fun. the characters were all endearing.
All just
You know
yeah,
what I
they're
mean?
all endearing. They're all I love how they're the trope. You know, they
Each
don't
one, yeah.
they don't exist. They're so two-dimensional, but it's like it's perfect. They because it's one of those things where I'm like, God, the 90s really did that well. Like I don't know, there was like that coming off the 80s. It's like we got a little lighter and we got really good with our like
They
our
used
buddies,
it.
You know,
They used it
man.
they used our knowledge of a character trope in a positive way. Right, where it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now
yeah.
it's
That's a
like
good- yeah,
now
that's a
it
good-
feels like a shortcut, but back then they're like, no, this is shorthand for like what we're
Right,
trying.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, dude, I mean, we're talking characters. Reba being a gun nut with her husband is
So good.
hilarious. That's so good,
Dude, when that
like,
scene was awesome when they're just like going a full shootout because they literally turn around and they're like, "There's a
They
wall of
turn around
guns,"
the wall of guns, dude.
and they just
I
keep
was
grabbing them.
cracking
They just
up.
keep grabbing
I
the
was-
guns.
Yeah,
So
I
good.
was, dude. I loved, and I like they really like pelted the shit out of that thing, and I loved how it was shot too. It's like they did a lot of like good tricks with it, you know?
Yeah.
They're, like
It was like
having,
obviously
the
just
green
like
screen and having
a.
like you know.
I'm like, these walls are about to get busted in because they look like they were just made
Oh,
yesterday.
I know they
you
look.
know?
Yeah. You can tell that
The
they're
set,
like
yeah.
their poster. Yeah, they're like whatever, like plaster and stuff, and they're really flimsy. It's like they're supposed to be bricks, but they look like styrofoam. And
He's like, literally, it's
beautiful,
my
dude.
Fallout
And
bunker.
the-
Yeah, and then it's just.
Well, and, like I think that like some of it had to be. I didn't look this up, but in my heart of hearts, I bet you it was shot with like miniatures and shit, dude. A lot of the like underground stuff, you know.
Some
at
of the
first and
underground
whatnot.
shots, there's only a couple of them that like
Yeah.
are like from a point of view of like the graboids or whatever, which is a great name when they finally land on it.
I know, it's so funny.
But there's a couple shots that are really creative actually, where that's like tunneling through the dirt or like will show from under the ground like the giant thing passing by.
Yeah. I know
It's
you
fun.
get the POV shot.
Yeah,
at
it's
the end,
good.
Too. It's sick, you know. And dude, but him, I love just the gun nuts they were great, and he's just like blasting it with the elephant gun, just the ground.
So good.
It's good. But it was so funny because I'm like, when they showed up to the bunker, I just kept being like, why aren't they just staying at the bunker? Like, and then as they're leaving, the guy's like, we had food for like 40 days. We got like, you know, all this stuff. It's like, you know, that arsenal of
Because
weapons
he built
is, like,
it
crazy.
underground, you know, and you underground monsters. That's the one foil, dude.
It is
Like
the
the
foil. But I
foil.
mean, they can get through a bomb shelter. It killed itself when it hit that brick wall, but I guess it got through the other brick
That
wall.
bomb shelter. See, he's not admitting to himself he did it himself probably, and should have hired a good contractor. He probably hired
that's true.
those two fucking doofuses to help build his bomb shelter. 'Cause,
I know. Yeah.
yeah, that thing ran into the side of that canal or whatever and pancaked itself to death. But it ran into
Yeah.
the side of his literally nuclear fallout shelter basement or whatever, and it just fucking ripped through,
Yeah.
and they still shot it with 1,000 guns.
Well, I'm like, the one like downfall of this creature is like they could have been fine in that room because if it got into the room, how well does it move just in like a room? Like, can it get upstairs? Well, I guess it probably could. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
It'll grab you. Yeah.
I loved the design. You know, clearly that's like
Yeah,
that's really cool. And this is also a movie that like generated a bunch of sequels, which I haven't seen any of, obviously. And I've seen this movie, but also kind of like you, where it's like I saw this was at a very young age, and I only remembered like them being cute and funny together, and like I remember the convenience store scene. That's really cool when it comes in and like she's jumping on the
Yeah, that's fun.
on
That's a
the
lot of fun.
shelves and stuff, you know. It's like, and it's cool. I love the boardwalk. It's like all the boards
Yeah,
popping up.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
they-
with the
they do a lot of
foundations of the building. Like it's
great-
fun. It's
yeah,
a
they-
good monster siege movie. Like again, maybe one month we'll have to just do siege movies because I like a good siege movie. But we already watched the best one, which is Green Room. But there's some good ones out there. You know, I like a good siege movie for sure if done compelling. And this is kind of everything you want it to be. Like I feel
Well,
like
it's so-
there's nothing
it's just so
about this.
endearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is like Halloweentown for grown-ups, kind of. 'Cause-
Really? No, I was
like,
literally
it
about to
does
say
a
that.
lot of the
I was like,
same
oh, this
stuff.
is like this is the light R. I'm pretty sure it's rated R.
No,
which-
it's
let me see.
PG-13, and they cut out all
Oh.
the F words but one because that's
Oh.
why it was rated R.
That's why.
I happened to see because I don't know why I saw that, but it's like they
That's
cut.
funny.
It was going to rated R just for language, and they're like, no, that's stupid. So they
'Cause
dubbed because
I
I know. Okay, I looked it up because he says mother humper, but his mouth says motherfucker.
Oh.
I could see it on his lips, and I was like, oh, they
and
dubbed
then
that. Why
he-
they to get that rating? Because I noticed it's PG-13, which was a newer rating at the time. I mean, PG-13 had only been around for a couple years at this point or whatever, but so they're probably like, they're like, oh, it's got an R, but it's a soft R. Let's go with that PG-13 money, baby.
Yeah,
Which
I kind of forgot. Yeah, it was like back then when you could just do that.
I know, right? Yeah. And I mean, that makes sense. They're like, it's like, it seems like they made the movie they wanted made just with a couple less F-bombs, which
Right.
Because this movie is accessible,
I don't think they,
and the violence towards
their
humans
integrity
is minimal. There's terror, but like you get you still get a lot of good goopy orange tremor violence. That's still, so you still kind of get that fix. You know what I mean? It's fun. I don't know. It's got.
I love the little girl is the girl
chick from Jurassic Park. Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, where is she from? And I was like staring at her for a minute. I'm like, oh no, he left us. I'm like, it's her. Like,
it's her. Yeah. That's great, dude. It's great. There's there's some good characters in this, and I think something that we, I'm gonna steal it from you and say the comment that we were both cracking up about, that there were like 7 deaths in this and not a single care.
Dude,
not a single. They like literally
disgusting.
like Chang got eaten and they went like this. They went Chang, and then like nothing
even
else. They didn't
Bert
even like, they weren't
calls
like,
on the radio
bummer.
and is like, hey, where's Chang? He literally even is like, who's running the store? And he just ignores him. He just is not even like, holy fuck, that thing ate him, dude. He's just like, no, I'll tell you later. There's monsters. There definitely is monsters. Not like, dude, it ate Chang. We're on the roof. Like that's what you need to be saying, man. Like,
right.
But
right.
It ends, and the only character growth is that, Kevin Bacon is stuck in the kind of woman he wants, but he ends up liking Rhonda because she's smart and a brunette, which God forbid.
Yeah.
But at the end, he throws away.
She's not quite as well endowed as he claimed. He claimed to favor.
No. She's got legs that go all the way up.
They do. Yeah, they go all the way up and they never stop.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Dear
that's
God, that's the body horror I like. But no, he just goes at the end to her. He's like, no, I'm gonna go ask her out. They're like, she's like, geez, think of all the cool research we're gonna do now. And he's like, yeah, let's date. And they're like, yay, we saved the town. And I'm like, no, dude, your guys' doctor and his wife got eaten.
Nope.
Like 3 fucking town workers got eaten. The fucking town bum got eaten, and the guy that owns the store. That also the entire store is destroyed now. The main infrastructure is destroyed.
Right.
He got eaten right in front of you, and I thought you guys were friends, but apparently not. And they're just like, "Hey, Tremors, man, it was sure. Wow, I'm glad we got out unscathed." And then there's that one boy that's just like, "No, we didn't."
Maybe
like he's the joke. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe the sequel opens up with a funeral. Like they open a funeral home in the town. They're like, there was no morgue there before. Now they open a morgue.
I love how there's like
a
6 sequels, and you're like, yeah, the sequel's probably like.
It's like a ribbon cutting, and they're just like, it's a Chang funeral, because that would be the kind of like closure that I needed. That's the best way to start it.
I know. I need a Chang funeral. All right.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's fun. I'm glad I really watched
Kevin
it.
Bacon,
My kids liked it. Yeah, Kevin Bacon's fun. Everyone's fun in this.
Yeah.
Everyone's have a grand old time. Like honestly, yeah, I don't know. Like this, I've kind of no notes for this.
I know, right? I was gonna say it actually kind of like is just. It's
very perfect
genre.
for what it is. For what it is,
right.
and it's like absolutely nails it. So it's like I don't wish it was more serious and violent, but I would watch that. But and
right,
it's like
sure,
it
and I kind of the only thing is I wish
they
got stuck a little less. It's fine for like everything worked fine, but like
I wish they would have learned the first time because it's like they keep getting stuck on roofs and stuff, and that makes sense. But it's like when they finally were like
right. But
the rocks, and they're like, let's figure out pole vaulting, and I'm like, oh, cool, so that's a thing now, and then it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just like keep getting stuck.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I'm like, that's what I like. I guess there's not enough time for it to develop like a world, they don't have that many defense mechanisms against this, and so like, it worked out well to have the bombs and shit. It's great.
Oh, it's good.
Like,
yeah, it's good.
I got nothing wrong with it. There just was a couple times where I'm like, we're on the roof again, huh? We're on the rock again, huh?
Yeah.
But
how much did this bad boy cost? It
was 6.4 to make it.
Okay.
That's what I mean. It's like, I mean, I guess we're
With
kind
how
of all
many-
of our movies are kind of all over the genre or over the years, over the decades.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot that goes on, dude. I mean, that's what's crazy. Is like, I don't think people understand how it is, like, how hard it is to make those props and stuff, and to like have it, dude. Having like swallowing a car is pretty fucking crazy.
You gotta
And,
pay
like,
everybody.
just-
Yeah, and there's like the monsters.
Right.
There's a lot, and again, film was expensive. So, because again, like if
Right.
they had to make Splinter on film, it would have cost $1 million probably. Yeah.
Right. No, seriously though, it would cost like a couple hundred, couple like at least.
At
So,
least, yeah.
anyways, but yeah. So, but then this grossed, and it only grossed 16.7. So
It's got a
just kinda
cult.
one
It's
of
got a
those,
cult following though, for sure. Because it's like,
Yeah,
I've
I'm sure
always known
home-
about Tremors.
home video, my friend. I bet I don't even want to
Well,
know.
it's-
I don't want to. Blockbuster cleaned up off this movie, dude.
Yeah, for sure. This is like I think probably one of the best examples of the best use of a PG-13 movie, where it's like I said,
Yeah.
it was a soft R that they brought down just enough, and it's like it's very accessible. It's someone who like not into horror can like it, and because there's just enough there to like ooh, but like it's all in the daylight. There's nothing actually scary. It's a kind of goopy, but like not actually scary or violent, really. But if you really do like horror like we do, there's also still enough there to chew on. That's just like, oh yeah, the monsters, think about how they work and like all the scenes.
The monster's super fun. Yeah.
It's cool. Like I don't know, it's a cool movie, man. I'm really glad we watched it. So anyway, let's read a few Reddits and then we'll be done. We'll wrap it up. So we got Avery5712 says, such a fun movie. Love all the characters, especially Bert and Heather. I really enjoyed how all the characters must constantly problem solve each crisis and how the graboids always adjust their strategy. Great setups and payoffs throughout. Would you say it's the best monster movie of the 90s? Definitely has to be up there. Ooh. Yeah, thanks for that comment, man.
Ooh.
I don't know what
That's
I have to like look at a list of the monster movies from the 90s because now I'm going to go back and comment after I try and remember more.
I need to look at a list.
I tried to put
Like,
Mimic
think of-
on there, and I've never seen it, but that's from the 90s. That was on the poll. We'll watch that one day when we do more Guillermo.
I know, dude.
Gosh, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good ad. Now I'm stewing on it. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, I'm going to steal on that for sure. Let's
It
see.
is, but it's hella up there for sure. Like just on my
Yeah, because I don't know. Because like I'm trying to think. Like we watched The Relic last year, which sucked, and that was a monster movie from the 90s. We watched. I'm trying to think more. Yeah, maybe.
The Faculty is kind of monster-esque.
Yeah,
but
kinda.
I don't know. There's a monster in there, but
Yeah, that feels like
That's
90s.
fun. But that's
I
what
guess
I
that
mean.
is
Like,
90s.
not-
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, but it's not a monster movie, so it's like it's just
Well, they tried to tell me that was an alien movie, and it's not really either, even though it kind of is, I
I
guess.
know. Yeah,
Whatever, dude. What the fuck ever. Culture People 2 says, I think I saw this when I was young, but I had no recollection of it. So this was essentially a first watch. I liked this. The feel of this is so nostalgic, and it's clean, safe, and fun. All the characters are likable, and they feel like they have chemistry. This must have been a lot of fun to make. A solid tongue-in-cheek monster movie. I'll revisit this with the kids and maybe check out a sequel or two. Yeah, good. Thanks for that. And Competitive Bat 5831 says, I was familiar with Tremors and or its sequels as a teenager. I always love a creature that learns and gets smarter as the movie goes on. I also love Kevin Bacon hopping onto the fridge when they need to move. It is great. I think my favorite scene is when the peepers get to use their armory wall. Preppers, I think is what he meant. Their armory wall, they loved it too. The monster effects were really solid too, reminding me of Starship Trooper bugs. I imagine we'll get around to the sequels eventually, which could be silly fun from what I can vaguely recall. Yeah, maybe. Starship Troopers, though. I mean, is that a monster movie? Is that an alien movie? It's its own. It's its own thing. But Starship Troopers
on this list, they have arachnophobia, and I'm like, okay, that's around. That's kind of.
All right.
I wouldn't quite call it a monster.
It's
but
just spiders, which terrify me. So graboids are just cooler.
Right.
But
yeah, right. As it goes,
Yeah. What else they got?
But,
I feel like there's not that many. So maybe it is. The
I know
top
there.
dog.
It really is. It is like it's kind of funny. Yeah, like Anaconda.
Deep Rising. Relic sucks.
You
Deep
know.
Rising is weird because it's like CG.
But yeah, okay. You guys, thank you everybody for joining us. We're gonna look this up, and you come to Reddit if you want to post your favorite.
Everyone
monster movie.
who commented, you're great. There's a few comments I didn't read, so sorry. Love you. Thanks for commenting anyway.
Critters.
We're almost. Oh yeah. Does that is 90s? Huh? I almost put it on the poll. I haven't seen Crazy.
It's not really. it's not really monsters.
Is it
per se, like,
aliens
it's like
too? I don't
R.
know. Yeah.
I know, right? It's like, kind of weird. It's like weird to be like, I wouldn't call the Gremlins a monster movie per se, but I guess.
I guess
it's
they
like,
are.
That's kind of hard, yeah. That's weird now to think about. Now it's like, because I'm thinking of like, I mean, they put like Deep Blue Sea, and I'm like, yeah, animals. I don't know, man. Oh, that's kind of hard. Monsters. I feel like monsters aren't supposed to be animals. So like arachnophobia and anaconda.
That's why Tremors is
Don't-
so cool. It's
those-
like such its own thing. It's even got a name.
Yeah,
I saw a fucking picture of the anatomy of one that they all thought up. Like it's
Yeah,
got its own
I
thing.
know,
It's
yeah.
cool. So
That's
yeah,
cool,
maybe
yeah.
we'll check out the sequels one day just for funsies. Anyway,
Yeah.
so everyone who commented, you guys are great. If you made it this far and listening, regular listeners and not, you guys are awesome. We got one more week of Halloween. No more voting, but one more week, and then it's Halloween this week. So have fun.
dude.
Watch the
This
movies.
Friday, dude.
We'll be back
safe
next.
Out there.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with the rest of the movies. We got some other last couple pretty good bangers. And then we'll get right into Westerns for next month, which we always do, baby. We know the blow-off valve. We know that it's
Yeah.
31 horror movies and then 3 or
then
4 just
Dude,
nice
yeah.
Westerns. Like,
Yeah, some old classic
Like-
some dad movies,
You
you know.
just-
You're going to come over, and I'm going to be that fucking dad from The Dark and the Wicked, and I'm just going to be in my bed watching my Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
Just,
Seriously.
hanging out. And just, Rawhide is going to be on TV, and that's all I'm going to watch, baby.
Hell yeah. All right, well, that's enough of
Go
that.
to Patreon, too. Give us your goddamn money.
Yeah, I'm making stuff. There's gonna be things.
I know, so dude, I saw the merch, dude.
He's
You sent
making
me some
stuff.
pictures.
Yeah.
Looks sicky icky.
Yeah,
And I've got those mugs I made. We got those coming out, baby.
I got them, so yeah, we'll be good. So, all right, bye now.
Bye.